Swung on, driven deep out into right field, back at the wall, and it's out of here! The first home run of the Southern Ohio Copperheads season comes off the bat of Ben Rushing.
As a lefty will line one into center field. That one's going to drop. Coming in to score is Fabic. The Copperheads will have their first run of the season.
Swung on, line drive deep out into center field. That's going to get down in for an extra base hit and maybe more. Sebastian Fabic rounding second base. He's headed for third, and he's heading home. Chris Gambert standing on second base with a stand-up RBI double.
He drives that one a long way out into left field, ranging over, and it is off the wall. Both runners had to wait to see. Gambert is being sent to score. He will come in. Avery pulls into third. Fabic into second with an RBI double.
Copperheads Baseball is presented by Ohio Health and by Ambassador Laundry, Athens Chambers of Commerce, Athens County Convention and Visitors Bureau, The Cat's Eye, Classic Brands, Donato's Pizza, Dan Inman Electric, Echoing Hills, Edward Jones, Paul Green Moretime, Holiday Inn Express, Jackie O's, Kona Ice, Rocky Brands, Stephanie Wood and Ohio Realty, Shauna Stump, Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh, Union Street Diner, Ohio University Credit Union, and Wendy's.
Live from Bob Wren Stadium here on the campus of Ohio University in Athens, Ohio. It's the Southern Ohio Copperheads playing host to the Cincinnati Steam. Hello and welcome into the broadcast. I'm Connor Mills alongside Joey Medore. The Copperheads with a record of 3-5 will face off against the Steam 4-4 on the season. Copperheads are looking to pick up their first series victory of the season. For the Copperheads, it'll be Sam Worsing on the mound opposing Jared Fleck for the Cincinnati Steam. But before any of that happens, as you can see, the hitting cage is still out on the field. We are in a lightning delay. As weird as that may sound, there was lightning somewhere around here in Athens, Ohio, within about 8 minutes of distance around here, so game time won't start until about 7:45. Rough estimate, 7:45 for the game time to start between the Southern Ohio Copperheads and the Cincinnati Steam. And Joey, for these two teams, well, they got used to a little bit of a delay yesterday after the Steam piled on in the top of the ninth inning, securing a 9-8 victory thanks to those 7 runs.
That's right, Connor Mills, as the Copperheads took an 8-2 lead into the ninth inning of that game and gave up 7 runs, capped off by a 3-run shot off the bat of Eddie Persinger that he absolutely blasted in the right field. One of those balls you know right off the bat that is going to carry over the wall. And, you know, I'll be interested to see if we have a ball game, and I hopefully we do, as we just got word that they're calling for rain again here in about 10 minutes. But be interested to see how the Copperheads bounce back after a kind of devastating loss like that, where you take a big lead into the ninth inning and end up losing the game. Maybe, I mean, some teams respond differently. Sometimes teams can fold after something like that, or sometimes they can bounce right back and, you know, still take 2 of 3 from the series. The Copperheads could, as you talked about that with Coach Dunphy after the game yesterday, as, you know, despite losing that game, they can still come out tonight and win the series with a victory. So we'll see how they respond.
It was a gut-wrenching loss last night, but for the Copperheads, everything is still out in front of them for this season. It is very early in the season, only playing 8 games so far. So for the Copperheads, they will send out Sam Worsing, and on the mound for the Cincinnati Steam, Jared Fleck. We'll come back when we know more information, and we'll give you some periodic updates as the rain has now started to trickle down once again here at Bob Wren Stadium.
Yeah, just an astronomical amount of rain here before the game started in the past 2 days.
It has been
in Athens.
Exactly. It's a lot of rain in only 2 days, and throw in some lightning there, as game time will start around 7:45 between the Southern Ohio Copperheads and the Cincinnati Steam. We'll be right back with updates and more on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home and a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
The manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Welcome back into Bob Wren Stadium. It's a lightning delay as we are waiting for the 7:45 start. That is what is being reported right now. 7:45 start time between the Southern Ohio Copperheads and the Cincinnati Steam. Joining me right now is Jeff Steffen. Steffen, the statistician, the analytics guy for the Copperheads.
That's what they call me.
Yeah, first off, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's not necessarily a great day for baseball, but, I'm excited to see the rubber match of this game. Should be a good one.
Jeff, on a day in and day out basis, how do you help this team, reach its fullest potential?
Man, that's a great question. I think to best answer that, you'd probably have to ask some other people. But what I try and do is Scott and I, my co-director, we do a lot of game plan stuff. We like to look at the other team, see what they've done throughout the year, and just try and best prepare for what they're going to throw at us. I've done a little bit of, we're really early in the season, so I've done a little bit of looking into what we've done best so far. I've tossed some charts together that you've seen as well, just hot zones for some of our batters, where they're hitting the ball hard, and things like that. But again, it's super early in the season, and you want to make sure with all things that you have a good enough sample size to make a judgment before you really make any firm statements about what's going on. So right now, I mean, the same goes for looking at the other team too. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
there are talented players in this league, and that's why going into the series against the Settlers and the series against the Jazz, I also wanted to look at what some of their pitchers, some of their hitters did during their college season as well. So a little bit of that, and then just making sure our guys are prepared for what's going to get thrown at them.
And you were talking about those hot zones and stuff, and you see these guys every single day. You put together the stats for them.
Right.
Who has jumped out on the stat sheets for you on this Copperheads roster thus far?
Man, I think obviously Favik looks great. Chris Gambert from Bellarmine hits the ball so hard. You don't need numbers. You can hear
you can see it with your eyes.
Exactly.
You don't need the numbers to tell Gambert.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's hitting gaps really well. I think we've gotten some really good pitching as well. The offense has been great. I think this is, even though the record's 3-5, this is a good baseball team. I really do think that, and I think, as I said earlier, it's early in the season, and we're going to see a lot of jumbling around in the standings. So, I think our offense is really what's won us some games lately. But the pitching is good. Yesterday's game was brutal.
Yeah, it was a tough one to swallow for the Copperheads. Surrendering the 7 runs in the top of the 9th inning, but that's yesterday. That's behind the Copperheads, and as they look forward to trying to take the series against the Cincinnati Steam here today. 7:45 start time as there was a lightning delay.
Yep.
Little rain before today. there's not a lot of dirt around this field, but
No.
there is some dirt around the warning track and up the lines, both down the line in left field and down the line in right field. And I'm not sure. Have you visited the visiting team bullpen yet? Do they have dirt, or are they artificial turf?
I think it's artificial turf, and I think that's another reason this is only a 40-minute delay. It poured about 45 minutes before this 7:05 game time, so that's why we're in a little delay here. It's it's a good thing we really have this turf field. You get the warning track is dirt, and you don't want that to flood, so we want to make sure we can maybe toss some dry stuff on there if we need to, and then eventually get going. We don't want to have to play a doubleheader at any point, or
If you can make the game and play it today, you'd rather play it today than try to push it and do it sometime tomorrow.
Totally agree. Totally agree. And we got the getaway day. Getaway day. We're hitting the road. We're going to Hamilton tomorrow, and then back home on Sunday. So
Yeah, the Hamilton Joes. And from what you've told me and other people have, I believe Taylor Rhodes passed the information along, the co-social media director and communications director from the Copperheads this past season.
Right.
She said that the broadcast will be taking place on top of their press box.
Wow. How about that? You'll get a good view.
I'm hoping for a good view.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a roof over my head. But
Yeah, you
I
never
mean-
know what the weather's like. Maybe bring a tent. Maybe
yeah,
bring a
well, I don't know. Do you have a tent for us to borrow?
tent. No, I have some lawn chairs.
I mean, maybe we could put some lawn chairs up. I guess we'll take some chairs. We might need a couple tables.
Yep.
We'll figure that out tomorrow.
Yeah, whatever fits on the bus.
But again, we're in a lightning delay here. I'm joined by Jeff Steffen. Steffen, the analytics guy for the Southern Ohio Copperheads during the 2019 season, doing a lot to help prepare all these college ball players in hopes that they can use his information and have a better season here today and potentially use it in their college careers.
Of course. Of course.
And for Jeff, you mentioned Sebastian Fabic, hoping that Sebastian's mother, Laura, I believe Sebastian told me that she'll be tuning in on the live stream. Laura, if you're out there,
fantastic.
hello, how you doing?
Shout out.
Shout out. Exactly. But what has he been doing so well this early in the season?
His approach is just great. His approach at the plate. And that's not analytical stuff. That's classic baseball coaching. His approach has been great. I think it's just not looking for walks. It's looking to hit your pitch as well. I think we've had some times where we face pitchers that are just walking guys, and it's not looking for walks. It's getting ahead in the count and then looking for that fastball that they're going to groove you and then, smacking it.
And for Fabic, just his stats so far in the early part of the season, he's hitting .400, 12 hits and 30 at-bats. He's scored 7 runs. He's hit 3 doubles. He has 3 RBIs, walked 7 times, only struck out 5 times, and stole 2 bases on the season.
Yeah, and
Fabic is putting together a pretty special year early on and setting himself up for down the line.
That 10-14 OPS is what looks good. He's been in the middle of the lineup for most of our games, and he was good for Ohio this past year, and he's been good out of the DH role. He covers a ton of ground in the outfield. So.
And you don't track defensive stats, do you?
It's so hard. I wish we were Scott and I were talking about, I wish we had a track man and we could see all this crazy stuff, but we don't have the money for a $25,000 piece of equipment. So that's a lot of sponsorship dollars that we'd have to sell.
That would be. But Jeff, thank you for being with us.
Yeah,
really
of course,
appreciate
man.
your
I
time
appreciate
here
you.
as we are sitting in a lightning delay here at Bob Wrenn Stadium. Cincinnati Steam and Southern Ohio Copperheads coming up in around 30, 35 minutes or so.
Something like that.
We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network presented by Ohio Health.
Fall Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.fallgreenmortine.com.
You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi, in addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners, 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at JackieO's.com, Instagram, or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room on Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brand is so much more than you think. Rocky Brand is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit, and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Snyder, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's located off Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood with Ohio Realty. She will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Snyder, Fuller & Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Snyder, Fuller & Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give us a call at 594-8385.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area of Commerce logo and be sure to support the business that support the Athens Sandlot our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together, we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of Uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
I'm Sam Worsing. I'm from Wright State. I'm listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Welcome back into the Bob Wren Stadium. Rain delay here at Bob Wren in Athens, Ohio. Still waiting for the first pitch. Will be around 7:45. Again, 7:45 is the aim time to get things going here at the stadium, as it's the Copperheads at 3-5 on the year against the Cincinnati Steam 4-4. And Joey, again, a lot of rain delays yesterday, 2 of them. Might have affected play a little bit as the Cincinnati Steam came back and scored 7 in the top of the 9th. But the Copperheads here today are looking to put that past them and continue to try to put together a good stretch of baseball here.
Yeah, it'd be big to get the first series win if hopefully we get to play. We're starting to see some blue skies kind of come over into left field right now, so it's looking like it's starting to clear up a little bit, but I've also heard there's chances of rain throughout the night here in Athens, but it'd be a big win to get the first series win on the year. They've been in position in all 3 series so far to pick up a series victory. Haven't done it yet, but, hopefully they can win this last one here at home before going on the road over the weekend and, start to build something. As we know, the first couple weeks of summer ball are always hard because you're bringing all these guys together from all these different schools, and they have to try to gel together very quickly. And, you just kind of, for the first few weeks, you just kind of try to hover around, don't fall too many games back, and then, you want to save your best baseball for July and then into August if you get to play in the postseason. So hopefully that's what the Copperheads do. They've been in every game so far. They've had a shot to win every game for sure. I mean, some have gone their way, some haven't. But, I definitely wouldn't be discouraged after the first 8 games, watching this team.
And right now, as it stands for the Copperheads started their season against the Licking County Settlers. They dropped the first game 3-1, picked up the second game 6-3 for the first win of the season, then lost to the Settlers 4-2 in the series finale against Licking County. Then they had the Richmond Jazz, which was the first home series on the season. They lost the first game 12-6, won the next game 9-1, and then lost the third game of the series 2-0. Here in the series against the Cincinnati Steam, a victory 6-2, and they lost last night 9-8. And here today, which was supposed to be a 7:05 start, has been pushed back to 7:45 against the Cincinnati Steam. But this game is yet to be played, and we'll see how the weather holds up, how everything is shaking up. Again, 7:45 start time between the Cincinnati Steam and the Southern Ohio Copperheads. We'll be back periodically throughout the time and trying to give you updates as we know them, as we'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
It's baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato's your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-592-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
The Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home in a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Ball Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.ballgreenmortine.com.
You will be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with the free complimentary breakfast, high-definition television in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi. In addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens, live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at jackios.com. Instagram or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room in Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side. Locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors. And be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brands designs, develops, and markets hardworking boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit, and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial service needs. See us celebrating 14 years of service to the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Schneider, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.schneiderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
I'm Sam Worsing. I'm from Wright State. I'm listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Back at Bob Wren Stadium, well, sunshine is starting to peek over and get on out onto the fields. Lights have been turned on at Bob Wren Stadium, but not much else is going on. Just a couple of the ball players for the Cincinnati Steam down the right field line having a catch. Looks like the entire team for the Southern Ohio Copperheads loosening up, warming up, as it is a lightning delay, or what it was a lightning delay.
Is that what it was?
I think it was lightning.
I thought it was rain.
Well, there was rain.
If it was still a lightning delay, they wouldn't be on the field.
Well, it was a lightning delay. So
Right,
now,
right.
now they can go onto the field.
Gotcha.
That's why they're up here in the press box.
Uh-huh.
That's how that sequence happened.
Right.
That's how we were told by Sebastian Fabic to give a shout-out to his mom, Laura Fabic. And
yeah, shout out to Mom.
Yeah. Get to know the guys a little bit more as the season progresses.
Of course, Sebastian's having a fine season so far.
He is.
Leading the team at batting average.
Yep. Hitting 400 right now. We talked to Jeff Steffen earlier in the broadcast. You can scroll back and listen to it if you like. He's the team analytics guy, co-director of analytics with Scott. Apologize, don't remember Scott's last name, but Scott's on there. You can check out the website at Southern Ohio Copperheads. Search it on Google. Look it up, copperheadsbaseball.com. Try to keep it up to date. Most solid information on there, or you can always follow us on social media, Copperheads Baseball on Twitter, and Southern Ohio Copperheads on Facebook, where we're live streaming right now, simulcast on YouTube and Facebook Live. But
First year for the Copperheads being on YouTube and Facebook Live.
Yeah, Copperheads were on Power 105 this past season, and now switching things, putting into a different gear, and going online, as it is YouTube and Facebook Live. But it'll be the Copperheads and the Steam. Should this game start, it's approximated at 7:45 that this ball game will commence.
Sun's starting to peek out here, out in left field between the clouds. You see it starting to shine over the stadium. So
it's looking nice over to our left. But once we look
to
over
the
to
right,
our right,
yeah, you're right.
The scenery is not great, but that should be moving past us right now.
Hopefully.
As the wind is going from left to right. But besides the Convocation Center and the scenery in the background, just the sky doesn't look great right now.
No, I mean, that rain and wind earlier that came through during BP was insane.
It was unbelievable.
It just it looked like it was hailing, but it was all rain.
It did.
That's how crazy the wind was, just whipping it all over the place.
The merchandise tent down the right field line in the pavilion over here, they just had a shelter, hold it down in place. As it looks like the first pitch guy will have to take a break from the broadcast. We'll take a break as well. Joey Medora will be out there to throw the first pitch today for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. We'll be right back on
Dream
the
come
Copperheads
true.
Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Joey, have some fun out there.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's, located off of Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood, Ohio Realty, will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Schneider, Fuller, and Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Schneider, Fuller, and Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give them a call at 594-8385.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Back at Bob Wren Stadium, Southern Ohio Copperheads are inching closer to starting today's game. 7:45 starts. It was a lightning delay that pushed back the pregame warm-ups and everything for both teams. So now it appears that everybody seems to be warmed up, seems to be all right, as sun is shining yet again at Bob Wren. Joey Medora has yet to leave the press box for his first pitch, which I hear it'll either be down the middle or it could sail high.
I said it's gonna be around the zone if I get, but if I wouldn't see myself missing low. I definitely could overthrow it though and completely miss the catcher altogether.
You're not gonna 50-cent this pitch and spike it down into the dirt.
I don't. It's not gonna slip out of my hand and hit halfway in between. It shouldn't. No.
All right.
I haven't thrown in a while, but it hasn't been that long.
Yeah, you were a pretty successful baseball player back in your high school days.
I was all right. I was all right for the league I was in. I was an all right player. Yeah.
All-state mentions. Honorable mention.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
We don't brag.
And it's all right to report on it. Anyway, Southern Ohio Copperheads and the Cincinnati Steam. Things are going to be getting started around 7:45. Appreciate you hanging with us during all these pregame activities. It's been around 40 minutes since we've started this live stream. Facebook just catching up right now. Again, rain delay, lightning delay at Bob Brent Stadium in Athens, Ohio. Copperheads at 3-5 on the season. Cincinnati Steam at 4-4. Copperheads are 2-3 at home. The Steam 3-1. But on the road, both teams are falling under 500. 1-3 for the Steam, 1-2 for the Copperheads. As we take a look at the standings around the league right now, for the North Division, the Lima Locos at 5-2. 5-2 over the last 10 games. They haven't played 10 games yet. And it's the St. Clair Green Giants at 5-3. The Michigan Monarchs at 4-3. Muskegon Clippers 4-4. Grand Lake Mariners at 3-4. And the Galleon Graders at 1-6 thus far on the season. In the South Division, where the Copperheads are in right now, it's the Hamilton Joes at 6-2, and it's a plethora of teams that are 4-4. It's the Cincinnati Steam, the Licking County Settlers, and the Xenia Scouts, all at 4-4 on the season. Then a duo of 3-5 teams with the Richmond Jazz and the Southern Ohio Copperheads right now in the basement of the South Division. But it's a long season, a lot of baseball still left to go, as the Copperheads look to improve upon their record, get within one game of 500, and just, again, put a string of good games together and try to get on a winning streak. So far this season, they haven't won more than one game in a row, as they look to pick up one game here today, and then they will be on the road to the Hamilton Joes, the Southern Division leading team, for a 3-game series, a weekend series over in Hamilton.
Yeah, just looking at the bullpen right now, you see Coach Dunphy working with his pitchers out there, giving some tips, as Dunphy was quite the pitcher back at Shawnee State, his alma mater, as he holds several records for pitching for the team.
Well, not only does he hold several records for over at Shawnee State, but just an unbelievable number, an astronomical number for his ERA at .48 when he pitched for the Southern Ohio Copperheads years ago.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good number right there for an earned run average. I mean, he might have let up other runs, but wouldn't necessarily be his fault.
Yeah, I'm not certain what his role. I mean, I know in college he was a starting pitcher. I don't know what he was doing with the Copperheads, but I mean, obviously, if you have a .48 ERA, it doesn't matter how many innings you're throwing. It's pretty impressive.
It is impressive, however you look at it. And taking a look at the scoreboards now across the GLSCL, couple cancellations, and our game is to be determined right now. But 7:45 start. Skies are cloudy. Blue skies ahead on the left, as it'll be the Copperheads and the Cincinnati Steam coming up. We're getting closer to first pitch right here at Bob Brent Stadium. We'll be back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of Uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Coach Austin Dunphy in hopes to get this game started as soon as possible. Right now, that'll be in around 10 minutes, where normally the pregame would have started, but now it was a lightning delay in the pregame activities for the Copperheads and Settlers. Everybody rushed either inside their dugouts, up here into the press box. We saw Chris Gambert, we saw Sebastian Fabic, who again said hello to his mother Laura, giving her a shout out on today's broadcast. As now I am joined by Nick Williams. Nick, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Connor. Glad to be on here. Glad to be at Bob Wren Stadium, as usual.
Now, for those of you who don't know, we're running this live stream off of Open Broadcast Software, OBS. We've put together these graphics, and Nick has been gracious enough to help us throughout the early beginnings of the season as Joey Medora and I focus on the broadcasting, focus on keeping the books, trying to keep the stats correct. You know, Nick is helping us with all the music, all the advertisements in the background, and all the bumpers that you hear with all the guys. Nick, we appreciate your help for doing this in the beginnings of the season. And then on top of that, you're also running the Twitter account.
Yeah, it's been fun so far. It's always great listening to you guys. Like I said earlier, I mean, it's always great being here at Bob Wren Stadium, enjoying some baseball. Hopefully we don't get too much rain.
No, I mean, we have gotten already too much rain.
Yeah.
2 rain delays in yesterday's game. One around, let's say, about the 6th, 7th inning in yesterday's game, and then it started to pour again in the 8th. But then after that second rain delay, the wheels kind of fell off for the Copperheads, giving up 7 runs in yesterday's game, falling to the Cincinnati Steam 9-8. And it was a big home run off the bat of Eddie Persinger, who was the player of the week last week. Just how Thomas Cesaro was a pitcher of the week, Persinger was the player of the week, and he showed it with one swing of the bat in yesterday's game.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty bad loss. Obviously, you know, going into the top of the 9th there with that big lead, you hope to hold it. But this team did get lucky on a couple plays there. They had a broken bat base hit, I recall, at one point. Just, you know, some things didn't go the Copperheads' way, but that's all right. You know, you have a game right now. You can come back, bounce back, and win this one.
This is a long, long season. It's around 44 games, so maybe it's not long as you might play in spring ball or a couple other leagues. I know a couple leagues have around 70 to 75 games over the summer, whether that's the Northwoods or the Cape Cod League, but here in the GLSCL, it's about 44 games before you hit into the postseason. So there's still a lot of time left as we're only 8 games in here in the GLSCL. And for the Copperheads, we were talking to Chris Gambert in the beginning of the game, and Gambert said this reminded him a lot of his college playing teams. He has all the pieces, but they just didn't click. You know, there's still time here to try to get the pitching and the hitting all to come at once.
Yeah. I mean, so far this season, and you and Joey have talked about it, their pitching has been great. Very good, exceeding expectations, like you said. It's just a matter of, you know, waking up the bats and stringing those things together. Defense, pitching, and offense has to go together. But, you know, they're starting to click. Things are starting to roll a little bit here. So hopefully they'll really get it going in the next couple series.
Well, for the Southern Ohio Copperheads, Braxton Kelly, he came in. He was a late addition to the roster. Got here a little bit late in the season, well, late in the preseason. But Kelly hasn't given up an earned run in his 2 innings pitched. Then you got Jake Hansen, who has a 0.63 ERA. Then Thomas Cesaro, 0.72 ERA. Jackson Mandela with the 1.23 ERA. And Zach Iverson to round out the starters here at a 1.27. So all these starting pitchers are going out there and they're not giving up runs. It's been unbelievable how well the starting rotation has done. And even talking about the bullpen has been good too. They might be overworked a little bit as there's not a whole lot of arms out in left field right now. But we just picked up another player. We'll talk about him a little bit as we get into the broadcast. But for the Copperheads, like you said, the starting pitching has been one of their strengths.
Oh, yes, for sure. This team actually reminds me a lot of the Reds this season. I'm unfortunately a Reds fan, and the storyline.
I'm a Mets fan, so I mean,
okay.
we're both hurting right here.
Yeah, we're hurting, and we've been hurting for a little bit. But yeah, I mean, very similar to the Reds. Great starting pitching, great bullpen. It's just the bats need to start coming alive. So, like I said, hopefully here in the next couple series they'll get everything clicking.
Yeah, hopefully everything does start to click. As I mentioned, the new player Tanner Glass is joining the lineup. Glass He's an outfielder. He's a first baseman, and he can pitch. So hoping that he can bring in a new arm, someone who obviously if he's going to designate hit today, well, he's got the bat. Austin Dunphy feels confident in him in his first day as he'll wear number 38. He'll don that for the Copperheads, as the Copperheads will go with orange jerseys with the green letters and numbering, white pants with a piping down the side. I believe that's green down the side down there, and the green belts for the Cincinnati Steam. Well, they haven't really changed their uniforms at all. They've got the blue with the faded, looks like gray numbering and letters, with just gray pants and about a blue stripe down the side. So it looks like we're about time for first pitch. We'll wait for Joey Medor to walk onto the camera. We'll see how well that his first pitch goes, and then we'll throw to a break for the national anthem and come back. And then finally, it will be time for some Copperheads baseball. So Joey Medor with the first pitch, and then one accord, we'll be singing the national anthem. Medor from the windup, he deals just inside, but it was close to a strike as Medor pitched to Chris Gambert for the first pitch. He'll join us back here on the broadcast. Nick Williams, thank you for joining us here. As now they'll go through the lineups. We'll come back with the lineups and everything else next after a quick break. We'll be right back on the Southern Ohio Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi, in addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners, 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at JackieO's.com, Instagram, or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room on Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brand is so much more than you think. Rocky Brand is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit, and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Snyder, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's located off Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood with Ohio Realty. She will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation.
Hi, this is Thomas Cesaro from Lee University, and you're listening to Copperheads on the Copperheads Media Network.
Well, it's now time for some Copperheads baseball as first pitch was thrown by Joey Medor. On the broadcast, national anthem was sung by one accord. Game time temperature 59 degrees, and from what we can see from our own eyes right here, skies are blue with clouds going off into the distance. Joey, starting lineups and pitchers for the teams, if you may.
Right. I mean, I will say this. I threw that ball a lot harder than I thought I was going to be able to muster up. But so starting lineup for the team, and this one batting first, Jeffrey Pena, third straight game he's in that spot. Grant Richardson second. Third, Braden Runyon. Fourth, Eddie Paysinger had the 4 RBI yesterday. Alex Neff DHing, batting fifth, playing right field. Batting sixth, Jake Silverstein. Batting seventh, behind the dish, Cameron Roundtree. Batting eighth, Brett Bessinger, and rounding out the order in ninth, it's Eddie Rivero. Leading off for the Copperheads, Phil Glasser. Batting second, Thomas Cesaro. Third, Sebastian Fabic. Batting cleanup, playing first base, Chris Gambert. New man, batting fifth and DHing, Tanner Glass, just joining the team today. Lucas Nasanti batting sixth, Carter Cross seventh, Scott Combs eighth, and Daniel Cruz batting ninth. Throw it back over to you, Connor, for the first pitch in this one.
Well, it is time for Copperheads baseball as Jeffrey Pena will step up. And now looks like a gate is open, so a slight less of a delay. Less than what the lightning delay and the rain delay in yesterday's game was. And now it's time for the first pitch from Sam Worsing. From the windup, Worsing deals, and it's a fastball that rides high for ball one. Jeffrey Pena from Melbourne, Florida, and the University of Central Florida is 10 for 30 on the season with a .333 batting average as the fastball misses a little bit high this time. 2 balls and no strikes. It'll be Pena, Richardson, and Runyon due up in the top of the first inning as 3 straight balls from the Copperhead starter, Sam Worsing. Brings a count to 3-0. From the windup, Worsing's ready and deals. Fastball hits the outside corner for a called strike. 3-1. So 3-1 the count. Worsing's ready and deals high and inside for ball 4. This will be a 5-pitch walk to start things off to Jeffrey Pena as he now stands on first base, and Grant Richardson coming to the plate.
Not sure if Worsing, maybe the delay kind of throwing off his pregame routine a little bit as he walks the first batter. Now he's got to trying to settle down and keep that runner from coming around the score.
Well, Sam Worsing in his last start against the Richmond Jazz as he's ready and deals to Grant Richardson, swing and a miss for strike 1. In his last start against the Jazz, went 5 innings, allowing 5 runs. All of them were earned. Gave up 8 hits, walked 1 and struck out 1, with the ZRA sitting now at a 7. Runner on first base here on the top of the first. He's on the move as they swing and a bouncing ball that goes foul along the third base line. Tried for a little hit and run action, but that will not be the case as it's foul ball. 0-2 count, nobody out, top of the first. No score, Copperheads or Steam. Worsing from Cincinnati, Ohio, a sophomore at Wright State University. Fastball misses outside. Catcher Scott Combs liked the location, as now the count will sit at 1 ball and 2 strikes. It'll be Worsing on the mound. Combs behind the plate as a 1-2 is swung on. This one's popped up into the infield, maybe shallow right center field as Thomas Cesaro ranges under it. Makes a 2-hand catch to get the first out here in the top of the first inning. Defensive alignment for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. It'll be Cross out in left, Nasanti in center, Fabic in right, Daniel Cruz at third, Phil Glasser at shortstop, Thomas Cesaro at second, and Chris Gambert, the man, at first base. On the mound, Sam Worsing. Behind the plate, Scott Combs. Braden Runyon now at the plate as check over on Pena at first. Pena goes back head first sliding. Richardson out on a pop fly to second as this ball rides high and in. So Braden Runyon hits him on the upper part of the shoulder instead of a stolen base for Jeffrey Pena, who was on the move on the pitch. It'll just be a hit by pitch, so Pena will get second. Braden Runyon is on first. And now there are runners in first and second with one out here in the top of the first inning between the Copperheads and the Steam.
Yeah, Worsing that pitch into Runyon, just kind of getting away from him inside, trying to overthrow a little bit, it looked like. Just got to settle down, find the zone.
Well, first pitch into Eddie Persinger. And Persinger was a thorn in the Copperhead side last night as he drove one deep. A 3-run homer to put the Cincinnati Steam up for good. As the Steam again won 9-8. 0-1, low and away for ball one. Persinger batting .385 on the season, has 10 hits and 26 at-bats, has a double and leads the league in home runs. He has 3 of them. Also at the tops with RBIs, he has 13 as the 1-1 is dealt from Worsing. Swung on, fly ball out into left center field. Center fielder Nasanti has it. Ranges over, makes the catch. Tagging at second base will be Jeffrey Pena, and he'll reach third sliding. So now there are runners on first and third with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning.
Anytime Persinger comes up with runners in scoring position, you get a little worried being the team out in the field, but nice job there by Worsing, able to pitch him on the outside part of the plate. Nothing he could get too much of the barrel on, just kind of lines one easily into center field. Nasanti makes the catch, and now just 1 out away from getting out his first inning unscathed.
Well, now Alex Neff, who was a part of a trio who pinch hit in yesterday's game, will take a fastball outside for ball one. Yesterday, it was Eddie Rivero, Cameron Roundtree, and Drew Holderback all pinch hit for in the top of the 9th inning. As the 1-0 is delivered in for a called strike, 1-1. Ben McCabe went in for Eddie Rivero, Braden Runyon for Cameron Roundtree, and Alex Neff, who reached bases by a walk to continue the train going in the top of the 9th, where they scored 7 runs in yesterday's game. The 1-1 is swung on and missed by Neff. Brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Neff batting .400 on the young season, has 8 hits and 20 at-bats. Scored 5 runs, has knocked in 4 RBIs with a chance here with runners on first and third. The 1-2 is swung on and fouled off towards the left side. Count remains at 1-2. Now, I'm not sure what that noise was from the sound effects machine. I heard something about broadcasting.
Yeah, they're trying to figure it out still over there, as none of the sounds are really labeled. I've seen it's pretty tough to figure out.
Oh, the 1-2 is swung on and missed by Alex Neff, and Sam Worsing is able to get out of the first inning without any damage done after runners are on first and third. We'll be back in the bottom half of the inning where the Copperheads will take the plate. It's no score as we head into the bottom of the first. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home and a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Fall Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, Visit www.fallgreenmoretine.com.
You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi, in addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners, 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at JackieO's.com, Instagram, or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the Tap Room on Campbell Street. Just because the game...
I'm Zach Iverson. I'm from Michigan State University. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Bottom of the first, Copperheads come to the plate for the first time today after a long lightning delay. Lightning passed, you still got to wait 30 minutes before you can even get back out onto the field, as was part of the reason why we were delayed until 7:45, as Phil Glasser will stand in on Jared Fleck. First pitch from Fleck misses inside for ball one. There'll be Phil Glasser, Thomas Azzaro, and Sebastian Fabic all due up here in the bottom of the first inning. The 1-2-3 batters for the Copperheads as a fastball hits the outside portion of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike to Phil Glasser. And for Glasser, 5 for 23 so far. Has 5 runs scored, knocked in 2 RBIs. But a bunch of 5s on his score line as the fastball misses for a ball. 2-1. 5 runs, 5 hits, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts. So a plethora of 5s as the fastball hits the zone for strike number 2. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. Glasser, kind of the man they've been going to for a leadoff hitter, lays off the fastball outside as the count runs full from Jared Fleck into Phil Glasser.
One thing I will say, it's definitely very windy down on the field right now, as it was down there for the first pitch, obviously. Wind was swirling. It's definitely a little bit chillier down there on the field than it is up here in the press box, so should be a factor throughout the game.
And you can hear the wind a little, too, as the 3-2 is swung on and fouled off and back to the netting. Count remains full. For the starter for the Steam, Jared Fleck from Cincinnati, Ohio, and only Central College, where he was a junior. In 1 start, as this one is swung on and fouled off towards the left side. Full count remains to Phil Glasser. But for Jared Fleck, pitched in the league last year for the Settlers. Picked up a win, he beat the Settlers, pitched for the Steam last year. It was a 14-7 win in his start, where he went 4 innings. As the 3-2 is driven out into center field, but ranging under it is the center fielder Pena, who makes a one-hand grab for a big first out here in the bottom of the first inning. Just a quality at-bat worked by Phil Glasser. Seeing a lot of pitches from Jared Fleck.
Yeah, good job by the leadoff hitter Glasser there, seeing a lot of pitches and, hit that ball hard out the center field. Just kind of the wrong spot right at Pena out there, but you'll definitely take that as, now all the guys in the dugout get to see all the pitches that he's throwing because Glasser was out there battling. So,
well, from the windup, first pitch swinging is Thomas Zazzaro, and that one goes right to the merchandise tent. The snake wranglers over there are wide awake anyway, but that woke them up even more. As they might be able to wrangle a snake, but a hard hit foul ball might be a difficult beast to detain.
I don't know. I feel like a snake might be a little tougher than a baseball.
Well, the 1-1 anyway. Zazzaro watches it go by for a ball. It'd be easier for a baseball if you had a glove. It might sting a little bit. I guess less effort to try to catch a baseball or get out of the way of a baseball, as now is swinging a foul ball over towards the left side and rolling towards the dugout for the Copperheads. Count is at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. No score between the Copperheads and the Steam.
Well, in my opinion, there's definitely a certain age where you shouldn't be bringing your glove to the ballpark anymore. Like, you're a little kid, that's fine. But when I see, like, 40, 50-year-old dudes and they have a baseball glove, like, what are you waiting to catch?
I mean, they could catch something as a 2-2 is down at the feet of Thomas Cesaro, dances away from it, in the second full count from Jared Fleck into a Copperheads batter. But again, you never know when you can catch that foul ball.
Use your hand. You're a grown man. It's fine.
Yeah, or whatever the drink of choice could be. You could try to catch it in the cup.
We've seen plenty of videos like that, but those are usually unintentional. You kind of you're trying to save the beer, but it just drops right on in there.
Or it could be a soda. It doesn't have to be a beer.
Well,
it could be anything that you want to drink at the ballpark. 3-2 count into Cesaro. As a fastball hits the inside part of the plate, Cesaro didn't think so, but it'll be a strikeout. First strikeout from Jared Fleck. And now there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning with Sebastian Fabic coming to the plate.
Well, as we know early on in this season, if it's close, Thomas Cesaro is usually swinging. And anytime he's called out on strikes, he usually has something to say to the umpire. Obviously, he thought that ball was inside, but not seen that way by the home plate umpire. 2 quick outs for the Copperheads.
Well, 2 outs, bottom 1. Sebastian Fabic at the plate, and Fabic has been on a tear in the early portions of the season as the first pitch into Fabic bounces in the turf for ball 1. Fabic so far 12 for 30, has 3 doubles, 3 RBIs, and has scored 7 runs. 7 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 2 for 2 on stolen base attempts as the second pitch misses low for ball number 2. 2-0 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning.
Of course, while the players are up here for the lightning delay, Sebastian asked us to shout at his mom, Laura.
Well, if you're here for the pregame, yes, Laura.
So shout out to Mom or Sebastian. Sebastian off to a great start this season.
He really has, and we talked to Jeff Steffen during the pregame activities. Steffen just breaking down the analytics and stats for these players as Fabic watches one go by low, brings the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. So 3-1 the count to Fabic. And for Fabic, the OPS was mentioned. On base plus slugging at 1.014 as he will watch ball 4. That'll raise his on base percentage as now there's a runner on first for the Copperheads with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning with Chris Gambert coming to the plate. First walk allowed by Jared Fleck. And now Chris Gambert, who had himself a day in yesterday's game. For Chris Gambert against the Steam yesterday as he watches the ball go by from Jared Fleck. 3 for 4 in yesterday's game. Scored 2 times, had a double, knocked in 1 RBI, walked once, and did not strike out at all. Has raised his batting average now to .333 as he swings and pops this one up and foul. Brings the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, Gambert talking for the game, how he was excited to be putting the bat on the ball and hitting the ball hard. As didn't have the best average in the first few games, but now certainly raised it. Is up to .333, as you just mentioned.
Well, the average was as low as 100. Then it creeped up to 143, then to 211 as he watches a fastball go by. 1-2 the count to Chris Gambert. From 211, jumped to 227, up to 269, and then made the jump over the 300 mark in yesterday's game. But when you pick up 3 hits and go 3 for 4, that's something that can raise your average. As a 2-bouncer over towards second base, a nice easy throw from the second baseman Bessinger over to Persinger to record the third and final out here in the bottom of the first inning. So no score after 1 here at Bob Brand Stadium. It's been a long day already, and we still have a lot of baseball left to play. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home and a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Fall Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.fallgreenmortine.com.
My name is Chris Gamber from Louisville, Kentucky. Shout out to all my Bellarmine Knights. You're listening to Copperheads Media Network.
Top of the second inning, no score. Steam coming to the plate. It will be Jake Silverstein, Cameron Roundtree, and Brent Bezinger. All due up here in the top of the second inning. Sam Worsing on the mound for his second inning of work as he fires a fastball in on the outside portion of the plate for a called strike. 0-1 count into Silverstein. As Worsing delivers, this one's lined out into left. Coming in and making the catch is a left fielder, Carter Cross. And for Cross, it was kind of that in-between of does he want to dive, does he not want to dive? But on that in-between, he decides not to dive, runs in, makes a catch for the first out.
Yeah, you got a good read off the bat there. Good jump. Soon knew he had to come in to make the play. And at first wasn't sure if he was going to have to dive or not either as that ball was sinking down, but he was able to come in quickly and make the catch on his feet.
It's a good quality catch from Carter Cross. Gets the first out as Cameron Roundtree now at the plate. Roundtree watched the first pitch for a ball, 1-0. And for Roundtree on the season, batting .200. Has 3 hits in 15 at-bats as that pitch is in for a called strike, 1-1. Roundtree does not have an extra base hit so far in the season as he watches a fastball hit the outside corner, 1-2. Has 1 RBI, has walked twice, struck out 4 times, and has stolen 2 bags. He's 2 for 3. Caught stealing once. Fastball misses low, brings the count to 2-2. Wind is picking up, going out towards right field as a swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout for Sam Worsing. Second out here in the second inning.
Yeah, that was a nice front door breaking ball there. You started off on the inside part of the plate and hope it breaks in so the hitter can't really get a good read on it. He swings right through it. Quality pitch there with 2 strikes. He's got 2 quick outs now.
Well, 2 outs. Fires in a fastball to Brent Benzinger. And for Benzinger, so far on the season, Benzinger is batting .250. Has 5 hits and 20 at-bats as he found some straight back. Count goes quickly to 0-2. 7 walks and 6 strikeouts for Benzinger. Does not have an RBI. As the 0-2 taken outside for ball 1. Brett Benzinger from Covington, Kentucky, and Thomas More University, where he was a sophomore. Breaking ball almost nicks the jersey of Benzinger, as now the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
It's the same pitch he threw to just strike out Roundtree and at bat ago. This one didn't break so far in over the plate.
Well, the 2-2 watched for a called strike 3, and the side is retired. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Sam Worsing as we're heading to the bottom half of the second inning. No score between the Cincinnati Steam and the Southern Ohio Copperheads. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Firms prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.fallgreenmortine.com.
You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi, in addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at jackios.com, Instagram, or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the Tap Room on Campbell Street. Just because the game ends.
I'm Zach Iverson. I'm from Michigan State University. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Welcome back to Bob Wrenn Stadium here in the bottom of the second inning. It'll be number 38, a new number for the Copperheads, Tanner Glass, who's designated hitting today in his Copperheads debut. Then Lucas Nasanti and Carter Cross. No score between the Steam and the Cheds, as Jared Fleck from the windup will deal into Tanner Glass, whose first pitch swinging, and that scared a bunch of Steam players out in the dugouts. The ball went off of the facing of the Steam's dugouts. The ball was a couple inches lower. It would have been in there and even scattered them even more. As second pitch swing and bouncing ball towards the hole along the right side, kind of juggled by the second baseman Benzinger, and he's able to recover it and make the outs. One out in the bottom of the second inning, and still no score.
Yeah, Benzinger had the range deep into the hole between first and second to stop that one. It looked like he trapped it in like his armpit a little bit as he juggled it off the glove, but any way to get an out in this game.
It looked like it went off the wrist of Benzinger and then found his way, like you said, into the armpit, but then he quickly made the adjustment, got the ball, and threw it over to first for the out. As now first pitch into Lucas Nasanti misses for a ball, 1-0. And just a little bit more about Tanner Glass. Glass is 6'2", 205 pounds from Bedford, Mississippi. As he swings and misses here on a fastball, he being Lucas Nasanti. Tanner Glass was retired by a 4-3 putout in his Copperheads debut here in the bottom of the second inning. As now a fastball misses low and inside to Lucas Nasanti, brings the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. It'll be Nasanti and then Carter Cross remaining here with 1 out. The 2-1 swung on, lifted out into right field, slicing foul, as that'll go over near the ticket tent. Evens up the count at 2-2. So 2-2 the count to Lucas Nasanti, who's batting .267 as he swings and rolls this one up the third base line. Takes a high bounce and into the glove of the third baseman Runyon, but it's foul. So he'll have a new life at the plate as Lucas Nasanti will trot right back in. Nasanti 4 hits and 15 at-bats, scored 3 times, has knocked in 3 RBIs, walked 3 times, and only has struck out once. So the guy's going to put the ball in play. The 2-2 from Fleck. This one is swung on and fouled straight back and over near the merchandise tent this time for the Copperheads. This one doesn't bounce in there as a foul ball did earlier in the game, but bounced around it, as now a young fan will have a nice souvenir. The 2-2 swung on. This one's lifted out into left field, falling fast, and it will land. Base hit for Lucas Nasanti. He takes a look, but will hold off at first. It's the first hit in the game, and it belongs to Lucas Nasanti.
Kind of just a little Texas leaguer over the third baseman's head. Would have been a tough play for him as he had to turn all the way around to try to make a catch on it. But, you know, as you just mentioned, Nasanti doesn't strike out enough. When you put the ball in play enough times, good things are going to happen for you. And he's one of those guys that, you know, you get 2 strikes on him. He's just a pest to be able to strike out, always putting the ball in play and putting pressure on the defense.
Well, first pitch now into Carter Cross, who bats from the right side. Cross takes a first pitch strike, 0-1. Lucas Nasanti with the first hit of the game. He's on first, and now Fleck will check over to him. He goes back standing. But for Carter Cross from Fairview, has 2 hits and 8 at-bats, 1 RBI, 1 run scored, no walks, and has struck out twice, batting .250 as he's swinging here. A high chopper over towards third. Cross charging and trying to get to first, and he gets there in time. And now on the transfer, not really sure what the call will be, and it looks like on the transfer it was dropped by the first baseman Persinger. But again, that was just on the transfer, so Carter Cross will still be out. And now there are 2 outs with a runner at third as Lucas Nasanti went first to third on that high bouncing ball over towards the line.
Right, as he was called out at first, and then when first baseman Persinger went to throw the ball, that's when he dropped it. But I thought Cross might have got his foot on the bag before, but the umpire not in the best spot, so he has to stand out in the middle of the field with a runner on base.
Well, now runner 90 feet away from scoring here in the bottom of the second inning. Still no score as Lucas Nasanti picked up the first hit of the game. He went from first to third on the ground out from Carter Cross. Count sits at no balls and 2 strikes to Scott Combs. Combs hitting .250 this season, has 3 hits and 12 at-bats. The 0-2 from Fleck is punched out into right field, but slicing foul and goes over the mound out of play. Count remains at no balls and 2 strikes. Long hold on the mound from the stretch. The deal from Fleck is just flipped over the press box as the count remains at 0-2. Scott Combs from Northville, Michigan, and Michigan State, 6'4" righty. He batted 150 this past spring as he grounds one over toward short, takes on a couple of hops. The throw a little bit low, but picked in the dirt by Persinger, and that will retire the side. So the Copperheads get a runner at third base, but can't bring him in as there's still no score as we head to the top of the third. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network presented by Ohio Health. Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brand is so much more than you think. Rocky Brand is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit and fashionable women, footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Snyder Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
My name is Jake Hansen. I'm from Olney Central College. Go Knights, and this is your Copperheads Media Network.
9-10 top here in the top of the third inning. No score between the Copperheads and the Cincinnati Steam. Only 1 hit on the board, and that belongs to Lucas Nasanti. He picked up a single as the first pitch into Eddie Rivero. Missed for a ball. 1-0. This pitch hits in for a strike. Evens up the count at 1-1. Rivera from Riverside, California, where he attends Xavier, as he watches a off-speed pitch go into the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 5'9" sophomore, as the 1-2 is taken just a bit low. Evens up the count at 2-2. And yesterday's game did not have a hit. Only stat recorded and 3 at-bats. Only one was a strikeout as he now lifts this one out into right field, and this one will fall for a base hit. Right fielder Sebastian Fabic lets it fall in front of him, and now there's a first hit for the Steam here in the game in the top of the third inning. And now the top of the order for the Cincinnati Steam will be coming to the plate.
Yeah, breaking ball stayed up just enough for Rivera to kind of flick it out into right field, and Fabic playing too far back to come in and make a play on it. So leadoff man will be on with a base hit. First one of the game for the Steam.
First one for the Steam belongs to Eddie Rivero. And now Jeffrey Pena is at the plate as he swings through a fastball from Sam Worsing. Pena walked in his first at-bat, reached third, but did not score. He was first and third in the top of the first inning, but Sam Worsing was able to get the strikeout of Alex Neff. As the fastball misses outside this time, brings the count even at 1-1 strike. So Worsing worked out of trouble in the first, a 1-2-3 inning in the second, as we are here with no outs with a runner on first in the top of the third inning. Yesterday's game for Jeffrey Pena went 1 for 5, scored a run, had a triple as he sends this one out into left field. Charging in is the left fielder Carter Cross, but neither Cross nor the shortstop Phil Glasser could have made the play. That one was just in a place where they could not get it. Stayed in the stadium as the ball will be brought in and into the dugout of the Copperheads. Count is at 1-2 strikes, no outs. Worsing's pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. Fastball high and inside gets Pena swinging. The 4th strikeout of the game for Sam Worsing, and that brings up Grant Richardson.
And Worsing's doing a good job keeping his hitters off balance. He's mixing in the breaking ball and fastball in all different counts, and being able to throw them for strikes is huge, as he's able to blow that 1-2 fastball right by Pena, who appeared to be sitting off speed.
Long hold on the mound from Worsing, as now he deals into Richardson, a breaking ball that bends on the outside portion of the plate to the lefty batter for strike 1. That one looked like it could have been outside, as even the fans for the Copperheads here are kind of questioning the pitch, but they'll take it as now a fastball goes outside. 1-1 strike. Richardson batting .400. He was 0 for 1 today. Popped up to second base for the first out in the top of the first, as a swinging a foul ball right back to the netting brings the count at 1-2 strikes. Richardson does have 2 RBIs on the season. 1 run, 6 hits, and 14 at-bats as he watches a fastball ride high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Outfield straight away, infield is back. First baseman Chris Gambert holding on the runner in Eddie Rivero. The 2-2 swung on and missed. Strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning here for Sam Worsing, as he has his strikeout pitch working. 5th strikeout on the day, 2nd out in the top of the 3rd.
Yeah, strikeout pitch working his right, as he's now punched out 4 of the last batters he has faced. Looking real good right now.
Well, he struck out Alex Neff for his first strikeout in the first, as Braden Runyon stands in at the plate from the right side. First pitch onto him, misses for a ball, but the throw down to second gets Eddie Rivero stealing. A strong throw from the catcher, Scott Combs. Another caught stealing for Combs. He's thrown out a plethora so far this season, and that keeps the Cincinnati Steam off the board here in the top of the 3rd. We're heading to the bottom of the 3rd, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. State Farm and Agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Snyder, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home.
Hi, this is Thomas Cesaro from Lee University, and you're listening to Copperheads on the Copperheads Media Network.
Daniel Cruz in the top of the lineup for the Southern Ohio Copperheads in the bottom of the third inning. Still scoreless here in today's game. It was a lightning delay that delayed things here at Bob Wrenn Stadium as the first pitch into Daniel Cruz is in for a called strike, 0-1. It was a rain delay that scattered the players as they were warming up for today's game. And then everybody started trickling into the press box to take cover from lightning as the second pitch into Daniel Cruz is in for a called strike. No balls and 2 strikes with nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning. As the 0-2 is delivered from Fleck, lined right back up the middle. That'll fall down for a base hit. An 0-2 single from Daniel Cruz as he takes his turn at first. Copperheads have their second hit of the day, and their leadoff man reaches base here in the bottom of the third.
Well, after 2 quick strikes there from Fleck, he kind of catches too much of the zone there on that 0-2 pitch. Daniel Cruz obviously got to swing at anything close with 2 strikes, and he gets one he likes to be able to drive it right back where it came from, up the middle.
That brings up Philip Glasser. Glasser flew out to center field his last time up. As there's tries to lay down a bunt. Third baseman Braden Runyon was not having it as he was already in the grass as the bunt misses. It was for a called strike. And they'll reset. The 0-1 is swung on and fouled off towards the left side and out of play. And quickly now, Phil Glasser is behind in the count, 0-2. Lucas Nasanti and Daniel Cruz with 2 singles out of the day are responsible for the 2 hits for the Copperheads as the fastball misses low and away from Jared Fleck. Brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outfield straight away, infield playing back with 2 strikes on Phil Glasser. The 1-2 swung on and fouled straight back. Count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. As now Thomas Zazzaro will walk onto the screen, get the foul ball, and walk back to the on-deck circle. 1-2 the count. Jared Fleck so far has held the Copperheads scoreless, as has Sam Worsing as a swing and a foul back. This one over the screen and over the press box. Glasser will take a trip around the plate, circle around there, and walk right back into the lefty's batter's box. Try it all over again. The 1-2 misses outside. 2-2. So 2-2 the count to Phil Glasser. Copperheads scored 1 in the bottom of the second and then 4 in the bottom of the third as Glasser goes down swinging here for the first down in the bottom of the third. Those numbers from yesterday's game. As now this game has seen less runs so far in 3 innings of play, as there's no runs. Thomas Zazzaro at the plate after Phil Glasser struck out swinging. The second strikeout of the day for Jared Fleck. And now Zazzaro, who struck out in his last at-bat, watches a ball go by for a ball 1. Fleck from the stretch, he deals. This one lined right back into center field. High fly ball, and making the catch is Jeffrey Pena for the second out here in the bottom of the third inning. So the Copperheads had Daniel Cruz lead things off with a single. He dumped one in front of the center fielder, Pena. And Thomas Zazzaro gives a charge into that one, but just right where Pena was playing.
Right where Pena is playing. It's right there. It looked like he had to move out there as Zazzaro kind of hit it right at his glove. And, you know, he hit that ball pretty hard right on the screws, but unfortunately couldn't find a gap.
Well, it sounded good off the bat of Zazzaro. And just found a player out there in center as first pitch is in for a called strike to Sebastian Fabic. Fabic reached the base paths last time up via the walk, as he doesn't have an at-bat recorded yet today. Second pitch misses low and inside for ball 1. Count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. For Fabic coming into the day, and his average remains at 400. Picked up his 8th walk so far in the early season. As he swings through that one and fouls it back to the netting. Counts at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And even though the average for Fabic has taken a dip in the past 2 games, he still finds a way to get on base. His on base is still well above 500 so far this season.
5:14 to be exact, as the 1-2 punched down into right field. This one gets down the line, and it's going all the way back to the wall. Rounding second and heading for third is Daniel Cruz. He's being waved home to score, and he'll score standing on second base with an RBI double is Sebastian Fabic. Fabic just continues day in and day out to produce for this Copperheads lineup.
Yeah, that's just a real nice approach. Gets the 1-2 pitch on the outside part of the plate. Doesn't try to do too much with it. He just pokes it down the right field line. Takes the pitch where it was given to him. And, of course, Cruz going with 2 outs on contact. He's able to fly all the way around the bases. And we know Dunphy, very aggressive when it comes to sending base runners. He comes in to score easily. First run of the ball game.
Well, Daniel Cruz, fleet of foot, as now Chris Gamber puts this one into a charge, but right at right fielder Silverstein. 1 pitch, 1 out for Chris Gamber, but not before. The Copperheads take the lead here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, thanks to an RBI double from Sebastian Fabic. For the middle innings, 4, 5, and 6, we'll throw it over to Joey Medor. We'll be right back in the top of the 4th on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's located off Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood with Ohio Realty. She will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Snyder, Fuller & Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Snyder, Fuller & Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give us a call at 594-8385.
I'm Sebastian Fabic from Cincinnati, Ohio, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Copperheads lead at 1-0 over the Cincinnati Steam. In the top of the 4th inning now as the Copperheads plated their first run of the game on an RBI double down the right field line from Sebastian Fabic, scoring Daniel Cruz. As now top of the 4th inning, 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up. 4, the Steam has the first pitch into Braden, running his line right at Thomas Cesaro, who is playing right where he hit the ball. So a nice shift there from the defense, and it's a quick out to start the 4th inning.
I have to wonder if Jeffrey Steven had anything to do with that shift, as he's the analytics guy with Scott, the co-analytics directors here.
So now with 1 away, after the first pitch out, first pitch into Eddie Persinger is a called strike, 0-1.
Talked with him before the game during the pregame stuff when nothing was going on in the beginning. Gave us some good information about what goes on.
0-1 from Worsing, took something off. It gets Persinger out in front. It'll be an 0-2 count.
Says it will cost a small fortune to try to track defensive measures.
As Worsing kicks and deals the 0-2 to Persinger. He went around, strike 3. And 4 pitches to record 2 outs for Worsing as he gets a first pitch out on a line drive to second and a 3-pitch strikeout to Eddie Persinger. Now his 6th strikeout through 3 2/3 innings. And there's 2 quick outs in the top of the 4th.
Well, after only striking out 1 and walking 1 in his previous starts, this has been a resurgence for Sam Worsing here.
First pitch into Alex Neff, the DH, is a called ball. 1-0, but we kind of expected Worsing to be one of the key arms this summer, as he went 7-0 with a 3.88 ERA in the spring at Wright State, as the 1-0 pitch gets Neff out in front of it on a breaking ball. 1-1.
Those are the kind of stats that you circle in the preseason, and you look to lean on those guys as this season goes along.
1-1 pitch is a fastball fouled back into the mitt of Scott Combs. And Alex Neff quickly down in the count 0-2. Neff struck out his last time up, so trying to avoid back-to-back punch-outs to start the game. Sam Worsing trying to pick up back-to-back punch-outs in this inning. The 1-2 pitch is taken low and inside for a ball, 2-2.
Well, now for the third straight inning here. He's got 2 strikeouts in the second, 2 in the third, and trying to get 2 here in the fourth.
2-2. Breaking ball just off the outside part of the plate. And now run the count full.
I'd say that's kind of effective.
Payoff pitch now, 2 away. Top of the fourth inning, pitch into Alex Neff. Hits a slow chopper down the first base line. It will go foul towards the first base coaching box. And we'll do it again here, 3-2.
It'll be fun to see how far Sam Worsing, as long as he keeps on pitching this way, see how far he can go in today's game.
Only allowed 1 hit so far. Here comes the full count pitch. Taken at the knee. Strike 3 called to Alex Neff. 7 strikeouts now through just four strong innings for Sam Worsing, only allowing 1 hit to this Steam lineup as he strikes out the last 2 batters of this inning to retire the side. Bottom of the fourth inning coming up next as the Copperheads lead at 1-0 over the Cincinnati Steam. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area of Commerce logo and be sure to support the business that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of Uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yuengling are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive.
Hey, I'm Scott Combs, catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperhead Media Network.
Due up for the Copperheads this inning are Turner Glass, Lucas Nasanti, and Carter Cross as they look to add on to this lead as they scored a run in the bottom of the third inning for the first run of the ball game on an RBI double from Sebastian Fabic. As first pitch in, Tanner Glass is a called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Jared Fleck remaining on the mound for the Steam in his 4th inning of work. As the 0-1 pitch grounded in the hole between third and short, it would get into left field for a base hit, so Turner Glass picks up his first hit in the Copperheads uniform in his first game with the team, and the leadoff man is on in the bottom of the 4th. So now Nasanti comes up. He singled his last time up on a little Texas leaguer in the left field.
Any way to find a hole.
That's right. As first pitch in, Nasanti squared to bunt. He pulls back, pitch called a ball. Now Glass trying to take off the second, throws in the dirt, gets away from the shortstop Rivero. And Tanner will move up on the wild pitch. And it'll be a runner in scoring position now with nobody out.
Now a little hesitation from Tanner Glass. He saw the ball, got away from the catcher Roundtree, and just didn't know what to do. Made a split-second decision, running down to second. Luckily enough, the throw is offline.
The throw gets away from Roundtree and skips into the shortstop Rivero. He can't handle it. 1-0 pitch in to Nasanti. Squared to bunt again. This pulls it back once again for a ball, 2-0. Nasanti getting the start in center field today after having yesterday off. As a 2-0 pitch into him, he will foul it down towards the first base line. First baseman Persinger running over, and he will drill the wall out there as he's unable to make the catch. That'll be a foul ball as Persinger didn't appear to see the wall right there, and he hits it hard. And now taking a second.
Yeah, Persinger is showing signs of being hurt here. He just slammed into the wall. There were no breaks, as now he's gotten down onto the ground.
As you heard a coach yell wall right before he got there to make the catch. Obviously not aware with the dimensions of Bob Run Stadium, as this isn't his home field, but didn't take a peek to see where the wall was.
Well, it'd be tragic too, because Persinger has been one of the best hitters in the lineup for the Cincinnati Steam. He was the player of the week last week, and even though to the disappointment of Copperheads fans, he was the man yesterday who sent the ball over the wall to put the Steam in the lead for good.
About to say, not just one of the best players in this lineup, one of the best players in the league, especially with a bat in his hand. As he's still down on the ground. As the ball did land for a foul ball when we come back to play, Nasanti have a 2-1 count on him with Tanner Glass out on second base. But they're taking their time with Persinger. Obviously, they want him to stay in the game if possible.
Yeah, well, the trainer for the Copperheads is out there down the right field line, checking on him. He just seems to, looks like he hit with his legs first and then kind of bent over the wall a little bit. He's standing. Doesn't look like there could be a limp. Hasn't really walked around yet. But it seems like he might, looks like he'll come out of this game.
So a big round of applause from the Copperheads fans as Persinger is now on his feet. It looks like he is making his way down towards the dugout.
It's a slow ginger walk, but he doesn't appear to have a limp as he makes his way back down into the dugout and is making his way down the stairs, which he did so with ease.
So we'll see who replaces Persinger at first base as he makes his way down into the dugout. But now he is down in the dugout. We are ready to resume play. At the field, Copperheads lead at 1-0 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Nobody down. Tanner Glass on second base after a leadoff single and a wild pitch. The 2-1 count into Lucas Nasanti. As Fleck kicks and deals a 2-1, Nasanti lays a bunt down the first base line. He's digging it down the bag. Picking it up is Fleck and tagging Nasanti out, but the sacrifice is a successful one and moves Tanner Glass up to third base, and now there's only one away in the inning.
Well, putting the new first baseman to work, and whoever it is out there, we haven't gotten a number or an announcement yet to figure out who that is. It would be nice if they had numbers on the front of their jerseys, but they don't. So we'll let you know who that is shortly, but a nice little bunt from Nasanti.
And now Carter Cross with the infield drawn in, will line one into right field on the ground. Coming in to score is Tanner Glass. It's an RBI single for Carter Cross, and a 2-0 Copperheads lead in the bottom of the fourth.
Well, you're giving you trade when you bring in the infield like that. Bring in the infield, the chance, the higher the batting average of the batter is, but the lower of a chance that you score. Just turned out that you did score right there.
That's first pitch into Scott Combs is fouled back into the mitt of the catcher Roundtree, 0-1. That's Cross's second RBI on the season, and it's his third game with the Copperheads. As the 0-1 in the Scott comes in the dirt and blocked by Roundtree, 1-1. So Scott Combs, 0 for 1 on the day, grounded out the short his last time up. As Fleck kicks and deals the 1-1 in the Combs, he fouls it back over the first base dugout. And it will get out of play 1-2.
And it appears it'll be number 18, Griffin Merritt from Cincinnati, Ohio, replacing Persinger at first base.
So Merritt's been in the last two ball games, one at DH and one at first base. As 1-2 and Scott comes in the dirt, and again blocked by Roundtree as he pounces on and out in front of the plate. Runner does not move up. And I'll run the count to 2-2 to Scott Combs. Combs out of Michigan State, one of the 4 Spartans on the roster, a second-year man for the Copperheads. As he gets the 2-2 pitch in from Fleck in on the fist, he's able to foul it back over the dugout and stay alive. 2-2. Combs has caught in every other game so far for the Copperheads this season, platooning with Chris Gambert so far. As there, Scott Combs steps back in the batter's box. He's ready. Fleck toes the rubber, leading off first is Carter Cross. Here comes the 2-2, and Combs will foul that one a long way down the first baseline, way out of play. But Scott Combs being a tough out here with one away and a runner on first.
Well, nothing has been given easy to Jared Fleck. Only 2 strikeouts today, so Copperheads have been putting in play almost in every at-bat.
Fleck the 2-2, taken way upstairs above the head of Scott Combs. And that will set up a payoff pitch. The Copperheads lead it 2-0, just scoring their second run on a base hit from Carter Cross. That's full count pitch, and the Combs is roped down the left field line, but it will hook just foul by a matter of feet. So Combs jumped on that pitch, but just a little bit too far out in front.
Just a bit early. If you play MLB The Show, the swing will show you just early. Swung a little bit too early.
As Combs tried to get out in front of that fastball, but just pulls it too far down the line. Now another 3-2 pitch will be taken. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. And there's now 2 outs. Third strikeout for Fleck. And now Daniel Cruz will come up with a runner on.
Well, Cruz led things off in the bottom of the 3rd inning, had the single, and then it looked like it could have been a dead inning before Fabic got the RBI double. Cruz scoring from first.
So Cruz now 3 for 10 in his early Copperhead season as he fouls one down the right field line. Coming over is the right fielder. He will make the catch a couple steps in foul territory. So Daniel Cruz sees one pitch and pops out into right field and foul ground. Now retire the side in the 4th inning, but not before the Copperheads strike for a run on an RBI base hit from Carter Cross. It's Copperheads 2, Steam nothing, heading into the top of the 5th inning. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. You will be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with the free complimentary breakfast, high-definition television in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi. In addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens, live the life. Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at jackios.com. Instagram or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room in Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame.
Hi, I'm Ben Rushing. I'm from the University of Central Florida, and you're listening to Copperheads Media Network.
6, 7, and 8 hitters due up for the Steam in the top of the 5th inning, as they have struggled to get anything going against Sam Warsing so far, as through his first 4 innings of work, only giving up 1 hit. And now it appears the hot dog man for this game is Jake Silverstein, as he crushes one out into left field. Going back is Carter Cross, and it will carry over the wall into left field. Silverstein homers. Now back-to-back nights he has homered for the Steam, and he cuts the Copperheads lead in half, 2-1.
Well, forget about the wall. He went over the netting over out in left field. That was an absolute bomb off the bat of Jake Silverstein.
Yeah, so there'll be no dollar hot dogs tonight, as the first pitch into the hot dog batter is crushed over the left field wall. And now it's 2-1 in the 5th inning. First run that Warsing has given up on the second hit. Now Cameron Roundtree will come up. He struck out his last time up. His first pitch into him is swung on and fouled over the first base dugout out of play. 0-1. So in yesterday's ball game, Silverstein got to steam their first run on a solo shot in the 7th inning. And now back-to-back games he's homered. And it is 2-1. Here comes the 0-1 into Roundtree. Breaking ball line towards third base. Diving is Daniel Cruz. He makes the catch. Wow, what a play at the hot corner by Daniel Cruz. One away.
Just right off the bat, great instincts. Cruz leaving his feet, diving towards the line, making the catch. He's been just outstanding defensively for the Copperheads.
So it was a hot shot off the bat of Roundtree, taken away by Daniel Cruz. Now the first pitch into Brett Besinger is swung on and missed. 0-1. As working fast as Worsing. 0-1 is chopped foul, as actually caught Besinger in the box. And they'll be down in the count 0-2.
Well, that's the way you want to settle down. You do give up the hard line drive, but that's why you have the defense out there. They'll make the plays. And Worsing just has to dial in and forget about that home run.
The 0-2 and the Besinger taken way outside for a ball. 1-2. Besinger from Covington, Kentucky, goes to Thomas More University. Here comes the 1-2 pitch into him, and he'll get a piece of a foul out of play to stay alive in the count. So the leadoff homer from Jake Silverstein to get the steam on the board, and then a line out to the third baseman, Daniel Cruz. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball gets him way out in front, and it's another strikeout for Sam Worsing, as after giving up the home run, he's responded nicely with 2 outs. And now the 9-hitter Eddie Rivero steps in. That's the 8th punch out on the outing for Worsing through his first 4 2/3 innings of work. Here comes the first pitch into Rivero. He grounds it on the first pitch over to Daniel Cruz. He plays it on the hop. Strong throw over to first. And he will retire Eddie Rivero. So it was a leadoff homer for the Steam to get them on the board, and this one make the score 2-1, but then 3 quick outs from Sam Worsing as we're through 4.5 now, heading into the bottom of the 5th. Copperheads still lead Cincinnati Steam 2-1. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brands designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit and fashionable women, footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brands story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial service needs. She is celebrating 14 years of service to the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions...
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
The 2-1 score at Bob Run Stadium in Game 3 of this 3-game set between the Steam and the Copperheads. This is the rubber match. The Copperheads won the first game of the series 6-2. The Steam won last night 9-8. And that set up the rubber match here today. First pitch into the leadoff man, Phil Glasser, will be taken inside for a ball, 1-0. Glasser 0 for 2 on the day, lined out to center field and struck out so far as he lines another one towards center field, and that one will land in shallow center field. Glasser will have his first hit on the day. Now he's rushing, trying to go for second. He slides in, and he is safe. So it's a hustle double for Phil Glasser as Jeffrey Pena took his time ranging over to field that ball. And quickly, there's a runner in scoring position now.
The second baseman, number 9.
So it's a leadoff double for Glasser, as looked for sure to be a single, but the outfield was playing deep. And he got on his horse, first extra base hit for Glasser on the season. And now Thomas Cesaro comes in. First pitch into Cesaro is a called strike on the inside corner, 0-1.
Just a real nice hustle double from Phil Glasser. Should have just been a single. Like you said, got on his horse and just made it there.
So the 0-1 is bounced and blocked by Roundtree. Phil Glasser stays at second base. It'll be a 1-1 count into Cesaro, who is also 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out looking back in the first inning and then lined out to center field his last time up. The 1-1 pitch into Cesaro. He will foul it out of play down the first baseline over towards the entrance of Bob Wren Stadium, and Cesaro will be down in the count 1-2. So the 1-2 from Fleck into Cesaro will be a breaking ball in the dirt, blocked by Roundtree, but Cesaro does not chase it, and the count will draw even at 2-2. Of course, Cesaro pitcher of the week last week in the GLSCL, as he went 9 2/3 of the innings last week as 2-2 pitch. He gets a piece of him, fouls it down towards the Copperheads dugout, stays alive with the count at 2-2. But Cesaro went 1-0 last week with a .72 ERA, as well as picking up a save in the Copperheads' first win of the season. As Fleck comes set, Phil Glasser leading off second. Here comes a 2-2 into Cesaro. He chops it towards the third baseman, Rivero. He picks it up and fires it on the first in time for the out. Phil Glasser stays at second base. And they'll be one away now in the bottom half of the fifth.
Well, Glasser was like a deer in headlights. He saw the ball was hit in front of him, then just sprinted right back to the bag.
So Glasser stays put. And now Sebastian Fabic will get a chance at the runner in scoring position, and only one away. Fabic, of course, had an RBI double that started the scoring in this game back in the third inning, as that played at Daniel Cruz. So now Fabic another chance to add on to the RBI total as he's first ball swinging, fouls out of play over the first base dugout, 0-1. As we've said it plenty of times on every broadcast, Fabic off to the hottest start on the year for the Copperheads as the 0-1 pitch is bounced in the dirt, 1-1. It's Fabic out of Ohio University, playing on his home field for the summer. It's his fourth RBI of the season in his last at-bat. Here comes a 1-1 pitch in from Fleck. As it's a high pitch at the letters, Fabic cuts on it and misses it, and it'll be 1-2. As Fleck comes set at the belt, leading off second, Phil Glasser. Here comes the 1-2, and Fabic fouls it way out of play down towards the entrance gate, and we'll do it again at 1-2.
Looked like Runyon was telling Fleck something at third. Not really sure what advice he could have been sharing.
Fleck checks the runner on second, now throws the 1-2 breaking ball, does not break back over the plate, taken inside by Fabic for a ball. Even up the count at 2-2. Fabic 12 for 30 on the early season. As I look to add on to that with a base hit right here. Would be a second RBI on the game if he could do so. Here comes a 2-2 pitch, chops one towards the shortstop Rivero. He will have to make a strong throw to beat Fabic. Throw not in time. Phil Glasser moves up to third on the throw as well. And now there's runners on the corners with one out. So it's an infield single for Sebastian Fabic. Now Chris Gambert will get a chance at the runner in scoring position.
Even though that the ball was hit in front of Phil Glasser, Glasser realized that it was a slow roller and there was no chance of getting him at third. So Glasser doing the smart move, advancing to third base. And then, of course, with the wheels that Fabic has, anything slow or anything hitting the hole, deep in the hole that can just be knocked down or whatever it is, Fabic was going to be on first base no matter what.
Now Chris Gambert comes up 0 for 2 on the day. Swings at the first pitch, drives it out to right field. It is deep, and it will carry over the wall for a homer. It is a 3-run shot to opposite field off the bat of Chris Gambert. And the Copperheads now lead it 5-1 in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Well, finally, we've been talking about how much power has been in this guy's bats, and now it's been on full display in today's game. Gambert just driving it deep out into right field.
As you knew, that ball was trouble as soon as it left the bat. And he got just enough on it to sneak it over that right field wall. As showing off the opposite field power. Picks up 3 RBIs, and now Tanner Glass comes up. First pitch into him is a ball, 1-0. Wasn't it funny how in the pregame we heard Coach Austin Dunphy how Gambert was pleading with him to let him come on the broadcast when he's on the bench or something, as Tanner Glass hits one to first sliding, stopped by the first baseman Merritt, flips it over to the pitcher covering for the second out. But Dunphy saying, you can get on the broadcast when you hit 5 homers.
Well,
and now he homers in the game today.
Yeah, that's number 1. 4 more to go before he can get on the broadcast, I guess. Unless he's a Don Iman player of the game. Then he can be on after the game, just not during the game.
Has already won the award one time this season and might make a case for his second. As first pitch into Lucas Nasalti is a line drive into center field for a base hit. And there will be a 2-out base runner after all, giving Carter Cross a chance to hit.
After the 3-run homer, it's been a hard hit after hard hit. Even though Glass grounded out to first, it was still a nice piece of hitting, taking the ball where it was pitched, tried to go the other way. But right here you saw Fabic had a good hit. Gambert, line drive, home run, and then Nasanti just banged it right back up the middle.
And now a mound visit. Looks like a pitching change as the manager for the Cincinnati Steam takes a trot out to the mound. And Kyle Weldon will change pitchers here in the bottom of the 5th inning as the Copperheads lead at 5-1. Chris Gambert just launched his first home run on the year. It was a 3-run shot that extended the lead to 4. As we will take a break and inform you of the pitching change when we return. You are listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side. Locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors. And be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brands designs, develops, and markets hardworking boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit and fashionable women, footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial service needs. She is celebrating 14 years of service to the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Schneider, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.schneiderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.
Hi, I'm Zion Avery. I go to Ohio University. I'm first baseman catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to Copperhead Network.
As the starting pitcher, Fleck is chased out of the ballgame after just 4 2/3 innings, giving up 5 runs on 9 hits, including the homer to Chris Gambert just moments ago. As the Copperheads now lead at 5-1. Now on the mound is the right-hander, number 25, Ethan Dottie. For the Steam, it's his first pitch into Carter Cross as they call it strike on the inside corner. There's a runner on first with 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Dottie out of Otterbein College from Fort Thomas, Kentucky. Making his 3rd appearance on the year. He has an 0-1 record with a 5.25 ERA in 4 innings pitched as he checks the runner over at first. Nasanti dives back, no problem, safely.
Many times you get 9 hits on the starting pitcher. You know you've done your job at the plate.
As the 0-1 pitch, runner goes. Nasanti going down to second. Strong throw from Roundtree. It is on target, and he will tag out Nasanti trying to steal for the final out of the inning. But the Copperheads scored 3 runs this inning thanks to the Chris Gamber 3-run homer, his first on the season. And it's 5-1 Copperheads as we head into the top of the 6th inning. You were listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's, located off of Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood, Ohio Realty, will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Schneider, Fuller, and Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Schneider, Fuller, and Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give them a call at 594-8385.
This is Jackson Mandela. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and this is your Copperhead Media Network.
Top of the 6th inning, Sam Warsing still on the mound for the Copperheads, as he will go further than his first start of the season, as he only went 5 innings in that one. Now going into his 6th inning of work, only allowing 2 hits and 1 run on a homer from Jake Silverstein just an inning ago. As top of the order, due up for the steam. It's a bunt attempt from Jeffrey Pena on the first pitch. Charging it was Cruz. He fields it, fires a strong throw on to Gambert at first. And the Copperheads sniff out the bunt attempt and retire the first batter of the 6th inning.
I've just really been impressed so far with the defensive play of Daniel Cruz. Cruz, he knows where to play on the field. What is most likely going to happen if the guy's going to lay down a bunt or wherever it is. Then he has always a strong throw down to first. Just been a treat to watch so far.
First pitch into Grant Richardson will be low for a ball, 1-0, but Cruz kind of has a high motor out there in the field. You see that he wants to get to every ball that he can. As the 1-0 pitch is a called strike on the inside part of the plate, 1-1. But any ball in the vicinity of Daniel Cruz, you know he's making an attempt to get it. As the 1-1 pitch is lined towards second. Picked up on the backhand by Thomas Cruz. Fires on the first to get Richardson by a step. And 2 quick outs in the top of the 6th inning.
That was Cesaro making a nice backhand play. It was a hard hit ball. And even though it was a grounder on this turf, ground balls are almost hit as hard as, line drives. So it's a difficult play to make. Cesaro made it look easy.
As now some rain starting to come here at Bob Wren Stadium. First pitch in to Braden Runyon is a ball outside, 1-0. As rain has been all too familiar here in Athens these past few days, as there were 2 delays in the ball game yesterday. Now the rain beginning to fall again here today, as we had a 45-minute delay at the beginning of the game, as second pitch into Braden Runyon will be lined into right field for a base hit. Fabic will pick it up, fire it back into Cesaro in the infield, and there'll be a 2-out base runner for the Steam.
Well, 2 rain delays, too many yesterday. They were warranted. There did need to be delays as the rain was coming down heavy in yesterday's game. However, that delayed the game, threw off Zach Iverson on the mound a little bit. Couldn't go 7 innings. And then, if you paid attention to yesterday's game, you know what happened.
First pitch in to Griffin Merritt will be a ball, 1-0. Merritt's first at-bat in this game. He had to replace Eddie Persinger, who went out with an injury when he collided with the wall a couple innings ago. As the 1-0 pitch into Merritt goes outside for a ball, 2-0. So Merritt getting his first at-bat. As it looks like it was a brief shower. It looks like the rain has stopped again here at Bob Run. Hopefully it holds off for the rest of the night. 2-0 pitch into Merritt, fouled away. That'll be a 2-1 count.
Just a mist of rain coming in.
A sprinkle, as some would say. The 2-1 pitch is a breaking ball that bends over the heart of the plate, taken by Griffin Merritt. And after throwing the first 2 pitch balls, Worsing battles back and evens up the count at 2 with 2 away. At the top of the 6th, Copperheads lead the Steam 5-1. The 2-2 from Worsing. Cut on and missed. Merritt strikes out in his first at-bat on the day. Now 9 strikeouts for Worsing through the first 6 innings as he continues to mow down this Steam lineup. As no runs come across, Copperheads still lead the Cincinnati Steam by 4, looking to pick up their first series victory on the year with a victory. Here tonight, you are listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of...
My name is Chris Gamer from Louisville, Kentucky. Shout out to all my Bellarmine Knights. You're listening to Copperheads Media Network.
Chris Gambert launched a 3-run homer just an inning ago to push the Copperheads lead out to 5-1 over the Cincinnati Steam. Carter Cross, Scott Combs, and Daniel Cruz, the bottom of the order, due up this inning.
As we learned yesterday, no lead is safe here at Bob Wren Stadium.
First pitch into Carter Cross will be a strike on the inside corner. Didn't seem to like it as he turns his back and walks out of the batter's box. But it'll be an 0-1 count into him. Cross had an RBI single his last time up. Back in the 4th inning as the 0-1 pitch into him will be taken low for a ball, 1-1. Cross is 1 for 2 on the day. As in his first at-bat, he grounded out to the third baseman. Here comes a 1-1 count. Chopper towards the shortstop. Rivera, he comes in, picks it up, fires it on to first, and it is in time. Dug out by Griffin Merritt. Carter Cross thought he was safe. It was a bang-bang play at first. But Austin Dunphy is now sprinting out to argue with the field umpire. Field umpire Jonathan Hanlon making the call at first, calling Carter Cross out.
Well, it looked like to us up here in the booth that Cross beat it out and then the scoop was made. It wasn't like there was a throw on the line. The ball bounced, could have heard a thud and then the bag. But got a lot of pointing going on as Austin Dunphy will walk back after that.
As you wonder if Austin Dunphy may have been asking for help from the home plate umpire, Bryce McCullough, but won't get it.
Well,
it will be an out at first base. Yes, he did.
He sprinted from the third
base
base area.
He wasted no time getting out of his third base box. But the leadoff man will be retired, and now the 8-hitter and catcher Scott Combs will come up. As it is a questionable first out for the Copperheads in the bottom of the 6th inning. As first pitch, Scott Combs lined into center field. It will fall in front of the center field to Pena. Scott Combs is now 1 for 3 on the day. And there will be a 1-out base runner for Daniel Cruz. Scott Combs squares that ball up nicely, sends it right back up the middle for the 10th hit for the Copperheads in this game.
Yeah, 10 hits on the day. Copperheads really breaking out the lumber. doing everything in their power to make sure what happened yesterday is not going to happen here today.
Of course, a 7-run top of the 9th inning propelled the Steam to a 9-8 victory in the ball game yesterday. As first pitch into Daniel Cruz is in the dirt and blocked by the catcher Roundtree. Staying at first is Scott Combs, 1-0.
Now you can hear the wind is starting to pick up a little bit. Don't think the wind had anything to do with Gambert's home run. That was just pure power, but it is blowing out to right field.
We've been waiting for Gambert to send one over the wall this season. I've been watching him in batting practice as the 1-0 pitch taken low and away to Daniel Cruz, and you just watch Gambert take BP, and the ball kind of jumps off his bat differently than everybody else on the rosters.
And it really does. And again, I know we were talking about analytics before the game. You don't need analytics for Chris Gambert. You just need him to swing his bat.
2-0 to Daniel Cruz at a hard ground ball in between third and short. It will get into left field for a base hit, so a couple of back-to-back base knocks for the Copperheads and threatening to add on to this 5-1 lead as the lineup turns over back to the top.
Now you have to think, well, if Carter Cross wasn't called out on the questionable call, he could have had the bases loaded here against Ethan Dottie. And just, something that could be going through the mind of Austin Dunphy right now.
So now top of the order is up. Shortstop Phil Glasser, 1 for 3 on the day, had a double in his last at-bat and came around to score. As a pitch into Glasser will be taken right down the heart of the plate for the strike, 0-1. Glasser has a line out, a strikeout, and a double so far today. He's got runners on first and second, 1 out. Copperheads leading it 5-1 over the Cincinnati Steam. As the rain is starting to come back down here at Bob Run Stadium. 0-1 pitch in the Glasser. He's out in front of that one as Dottie took something off that pitch. Now Glasser way behind in the count, 0-2.
Well, it doesn't look like it's going to stick around for long. You can still see the blue sky or the night sky through the clouds.
Dottie kicks and deals the 0-2 into Glasser. It gets away from the catcher Roundtree. The runners will move up. As the pitch was a ball inside. A wild pitch will move both runners in the scoring position with 1 away. As mishandled by the catcher Roundtree. Looks like he got crossed up on that one from his pitcher Dottie. And that will draw the infield in. Just 1 out and 2 runners in scoring position. As Phil Glasser could add 2 more runs to the Copperheads lead with a base hit right here. Here comes a 1-2 pitch in the Glasser, and he will be unable to keep the hands back. He goes around, called by home plate umpire Bryce McCullough. It is a strikeout to Phil Glasser, his second time going down on strikes in the ballgame, and there's 2 away now for Thomas Cesaro.
Well, started his swing, just really couldn't hold it back. He knew it was a ball and a pitch that he should have left off.
So Thomas Cesaro, the second baseman, 0 for 3 on the day, digs in. He's trying to pick up a couple 2-out RBIs to extend the Copperheads lead. First pitch into Cesaro is a called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. As the wind is whipping down on the field at Bob Run Stadium. 0-1 pitch into Cesaro is a breaking ball that catches him at the knees for a strike, 0-2.
You can see all the flags around the stadium, the Copperheads banners. Everything's pointing towards right field right now as the gusts start to pick up.
The 0-2 into Cesaro will be taken inside and low for a ball, 1-2. Yeah, a little bit of a chilly night here in Athens as it's been warm through the start of the season, but down in the 50s for tonight's matchup. As Dottie comes set, kicks and deals a 1-2 to Cesaro. He gets a piece of it off the end of the bat and fouls it back into the screen to stay alive at 1-2.
Well, Cesaro's just putting his bat on the ball and anything close. Going to try to fight off until he gets his pitch that he sees, and he'll try to drive it.
Cesaro, a second-year Copperhead, big part of that championship-winning team just a year ago. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Cesaro will chop it foul down the third baseline. Going to be a tough play for the third baseman. Not even going to throw it. So it'll be an RBI infield single for Thomas Cesaro, and it's a 6-1 Copperheads lead moving up to third is Daniel Cruz. As it was such a slow roller off the bat of Cesaro, nothing that the third baseman could do. And Cesaro was booking it up the first base line, and it's another run for the Copperheads. They've now scored in 4 straight innings in this one.
Well, it's almost like a swinging bunt from Thomas Cesaro, but whatever gets the job done, gets the job done. For Cesaro, it found a hole. It found a place where, nobody could make a play on it. Runyon charged up, did everything right, but just could not get in position to get it out.
So now, on the first pitch in the dirt to Sebastian Fabic, Cesaro will take second base to have 2 runners in scoring position now for Sebastian Fabic. It's Cesaro's 4th RBI on the young season. As now Sebastian Fabic is up 2 for 2 actually on the day, as he walked back in the first inning. Had an RBI double in the second at bat and singled and came around to score last time up. 1-0 pitch in. The Fabic will be taken outside on the corner for a strike, 1-1. So Daniel Cruz leads off third. Thomas Cesaro off second. 2 away here in the inning. 1-1 pitch in. The Fabic is low and in the dirt for a ball, 2-1. Now coming set is Dottie. Here comes a 2-1 pitch into Sebastian Fabic. He'll take it low for a ball. And actually a balk is called by the field umpire, Jonathan Hanlon. So now trotting home is Daniel Cruz. Going up to third is Thomas Cesaro, as it looked like Dottie didn't come all the way set. And the balk is called, so no pitch. Will be a 2-1 count. And it's a 7-1 Copperheads lead.
One of the easiest ways to score a run, and what is most likely preventable for a balk.
The 2-1 in the Fabic, lined out towards right center field. That will get down to the gap into the wall. Trotting in is Thomas Cesaro for the 8th run of the game. Heading into second is Sebastian Fabic. He will stay there. It is his 2nd double on the night. And it's an 8-1 Copperheads lead now as they've opened this one up here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Well, Cesaro comes in to score. Copperheads 8, Steam just 1. This has just been an impressive offensive showing from the Copperheads team so far.
As Fabic adds 2 more doubles to the total this season and also adding another RBI. As the first pitch into Chris Gambert is a ball outside, 1-0. For Fabic, that is now his 5th RBI on the season, as well as his 5th double. So he stands down on second base now with 2 away. Chris Gambert's up, who hit a 3-run homer his last time up over the right field wall. 1-0 pitch into him will be taken below the knees for a ball, 2-0. The Copperheads now put up at least 8 runs in the past 2 ball games. As a 2-0 pitch is low for a ball, 3-0. So Dottie trying to limit the damage here. Already giving up 3 this inning. Here comes a pitch in the Gambert. He'll be taken low for a ball now, 3-0. Dottie comes set. Leading off second is Fabic. Here comes a 3-0. He has the green light. Takes a big rip at it. Fouls it back into the screen. And now it's a 3-1 count. Gambert playing first base in this game. We've seen him doing the catching duties as well throughout the season, as well as DHing. Here comes a 3-1 pitch into Chris Gambert. He Swings, drives it on the ground into right field. Being sent to score is Sebastian Fabic. Here comes the throw home, and it's way up the line. And Chris Gambert will move up to second on the throw home. So it's an RBI base hit for Chris Gambert. He now has 4 RBIs, and it's a 9-1 Copperheads lead.
It just keeps on pouring on right now. But again, the Copperheads have to be careful. They were in this situation yesterday. The rain delay, the weather, everything factored into what happened yesterday. But they can't lose sight of that victory here today.
As I'm sure Coach Dunphy will stay on the team tonight to keep their heads in the game. As he kind of mentioned, you know, they kind of maybe had a little bit of a lapse of focus throughout the later innings of the ball game yesterday. Thought they had the game in hand. But now another pitching change will be made as Weldon walks out to the mound. That will end Dottie's outing as he was able to record a couple outs in the bottom of the 5th, but struggled here in the 6th inning as he gives up 4 runs. The Copperheads now have 9 runs on 14 hits in this game as they lead at 9-1. As when we come back, will be a new pitcher on the mound for the Cincinnati Steam as the Copperheads up 8. Looking to clinch their first series win on the season. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brand is so much more than you think. Rocky Brand is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit, and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Snyder Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH. New man on the mound for the Steam with 2 away in the bottom of the 6th inning. It is Nick Noble, third pitcher to take the hill for the Steam in this outing, as Noble is making his first appearance on the season for the Steam out of Trenton, Ohio. Goes to Dyersburg State Community College, as he will inherit a runner on second base with 2 outs. First pitch in to Tanner Glass. Will be a ball 1-0. Glass in his debut with the Copperheads. Picked up his first hit back in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 3. As the 1-0 pitch into him will be taken below the knees for a ball 2-0.
Well, for Glass, he's really hit the ball hard, even though it's 2 groundouts. You know, 2 hard hit groundouts. Just kind of chop the ball a little bit.
So Noble comes set. Comes a 2-0 pitch into Glass, and I'll run in and hit him. So the first batter that Nick Noble faces in the GL-SCL season will get plunked and trot down the first base, and now there's runners on first and second with 2 outs.
And just like the Cincinnati Steam, Tanner Glass just sprinted down to first base. So I think the Copperheads saw what the Steam were doing with a hit by pitch. It's not even a walk. Walks, they just normally walk to first. Now, on a hit by a pitch, they are sprinting to first, they being both the Copperheads and the Steam.
As the Steam have been doing it all series long. First pitch into Lucas Nasanti. It's a called strike 0-1 as the Copperheads are now batted around here in this 6th inning. As the 0-1 pitch was in the dirt, but Nasanti chased it low. He'll be quickly down in the count 0-2. So 0-2 pitch, 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. And Nasanti will chase it outside. Tag applied by the catcher Roundtree. So Nick Noble, after hitting the first guy he faces, he's able to stop the bleeding for the Steam in the inning, striking out Lucas Nasanti. But the Copperheads strike for 4 in the bottom of the 6th and now lead at 9-1 as we head into the back half of this game. It'll be Connor Mills to bring you home in the broadcast with the play-by-play in the final 3 innings when we come back. You are listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial service needs. See us celebrating 14 years of service to the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Schneider, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.schneiderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's, located off of Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood, Ohio Realty, will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Schneider, Fuller, and
Hi, I'm Cameron Siglitz from Western Kentucky University, and you're listening to Copperheads Media Network.
Welcome back into the top of the 7th inning. Copperheads with a big lead over the Cincinnati Steam. Cheds 9, Steam 1. Winds are picking up, and with that, it'll be a new pitching change, not because of the winds, just because Sam Worsing went 6 innings, allowing 3 hits, only 1 run, 1 walk, and totaled up 9, count 'em, 9 strikeouts. So Sam Worsing had himself a day today, as the man on the mound for the Southern Ohio Copperheads will be Braxton Kelly, making his 2nd appearance on the season. First pitch is low to Alex Neff, the designated hitter for the Steam. But for Braxton Kelly in his 1 appearance, as the 1-0 is driven out into right field, but right at the right fielder, Sebastian Fabic, who backpedals and makes a leaping one-hand grab to get the first out here on the top of the 7th inning.
About to say, you made that one look a little tougher than it appeared at first. It looked like he had it right under, and then all of a sudden at the last second, with the wind, kind of blowing out the right field there, he had to back up and make a leaping catch.
It didn't look like the ball was going to travel that far off the bat, but like you said, it just hit the jet stream going out towards right field today, as the winds are really picking up, as the second pitch, or the first pitch into Jake Silverstein is for a strike, 0-1. So 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning, as a second pitch into Silverstein is in for another called strike, 0-2. Silverstein today hit a home run. He is responsible for the only run of today's game for the Cincinnati Steam. Silverstein is 1 for 2 today. The home run, and he lined out into left field. So left field has been his friend, as he went against the wind and knocked one out.
Yeah, and it wasn't a cheapie either. He hit it out over the netting out there on left field. It was quite the shot.
It did not matter how hard the wind was blowing in. He was just going to hit it out there and hit it far, as the 0-2 is taken just outside for ball number 1. Well, back to Braxton Kelly now, as you can hear the wind is just picking up. You hear a bag rattling in the background. The 1-2 is off speed, taken high and in for ball 2. For Kelly from Ohio University, not allowed an earned run. In 2 innings pitched, has struck out 4, walked no one, but he could possibly do so here, as the count has run full. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out in the top of the 7th inning. The 3-2 swung on, line drive left field. That gets down for a base hit, It's also the first hit that Kelly has allowed on the young season. So off-speed pitch, driven out into left. And now there's a base runner for the Cincinnati Steam here on the top of the 7th inning as they trail by 8. Copperheads 9, Steam 1.
Well, Silverstein battled all the way back in that at-bat, was quickly down 0-2 to Kelly, but able to work it full and then got a pitch he liked on the full count, just lashed it out in the left field for his second hit on the day.
And with that brings up Cameron Roundtree as he swings and fouls one, and that goes into the dugout for the Copperheads along the left side. For Roundtree today, he struck out, was 1 of 9 that Sam Worsing was able to rack up. As Kelly's ready for the 0-1. And the pitch taken outside for ball number 1. Roundtree 0 for 2, lined out to a diving Daniel Cruz at third. Made a tremendous play as the 1-1 taken on the outside corner for a called strike. So the count now goes ahead in favor for Braxton Kelly. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out in the top of the 7th inning, with the Cheds leading 9-1. Runner on first base, the 1-2. Bounced in the turf for ball number 2. Jake Silverstein, the man with the most hits today. A home run and a single. Has found success against a pitching staff that little has found success, as the 2-2 is taken way outside for ball number 3. So back-to-back full count at bats for Silverstein and Roundtree, as Kelly will have to settle down, find the strike zone. The payoff pitch swung on. This one is popped up into right center field. Ranging from center over to right center is the center fielder Nasanti, who makes the catch with one hand and drifts all the way back near the warning track in right center field for the second out. That was a ball that just kept on going and going.
Yeah, it was a long run from Nasanti as he was playing to the right of second base from his point of view, and had to run all the way into that right center field gap, as Fabic wouldn't have been able to get there in time, but the ball hung up just enough time for Nasanti to get over there and make the running catch, and there's 2 away now.
2 away, top 7. Copperheads 9, Steam 1, with a runner on first base for the Cincinnati Steam, as first pitch swinging is Brent Benzinger. Benzinger has struck out twice today. Strikeout looking back in the second and swinging in the 5th. Responsible for strikeouts 3 and 8, if you're keeping the scorebook at home. The 0-1 is swung on and fouled straight down into the foot of Benzinger. Benzinger will walk around. Combs will get the foul ball and hand it back to the home plate umpire, Bryce McCullough. So Kelly again is ahead on a count. No balls and 2 strikes. So he'll try to whip a fastball in there. The 0-2. Fastball, this one's popped up high into the infield. Catcher Scott Combs ranging under it and makes a difficult catch to retire the side. Scott Combs throwing off the catcher's mask, trying to find that ball in the air, makes the catch, and sends this one into the bottom of the 7th. It's a Copperheads 9. The Cincinnati Steam 1 will return. Bottom 7 on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's located off Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood with Ohio Realty. She will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give us a call at 594-8385.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Bottom of the 7th inning. Carter Cross will lead things off as the Copperheads have a 8-run lead. It is 9-1, Southern Ohio. Carter Cross, Scott Combs, and Daniel Cruz all due up here in the bottom of the 7th, as Cross will start things off for the second straight inning, and he lines one right at the shortstop, Eddie Rivero. Rivero, full extension, makes the catch. And what a play for out number 1.
That was a heck of a play as he had to quickly react, sliding to the left side and making the catch out there at short. This is a hard hit ball by Carter Cross. Unlucky, but a nice play there by Rivero.
You know, Cross comes up and hits the ball hard every time he comes to the plate. But just was one hit in today's game. He's 1 for 4 as the first pitch into Scott Combs. Combs in search for his second hit of the day. Last time up, he had a single, then came around to score in the 6th. Combs just 1 for 3. Grounded out to short, struck out looking, and had the single as he flies this one towards the right side and out of play. Gets onto the top of the grass mound along the right field line. Count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike to the catcher, Scott Combs. Combs enjoying his second year in Athens, Ohio. He is part of the 2018 GLSEL championship team just a season ago. The 1-1 into Combs. Breaking ball that hits the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th inning. There'll be Scott Combs, Daniel Cruz, and then Phil Glasser should the inning be extended as Combs bends out of the way of that one. Fastball rode high and in, as now it'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. Swung on, fouled off right side, out of play. Nick Noble went in for Ethan Dottie. Dottie only going 1 inning, allowing 5 hits, 4 runs, all were earned. Didn't have a walk, but struck out 1. As Nick Noble making his first appearance for the Steam. The 2-2 misses low and inside, and Scott Combs has worked himself a full count. A weird rumbling noise has appeared at Bob Wren Stadium.
I think it's our on-field MC's field mic is still on.
Oh. Well, Scott Combs worked a full count walk as we've discovered the source of the mysterious noise. Nonetheless, 1 out walk. Scott Combs, he's on first, and at the plate is Daniel Cruz. Cruz is 2 for 3 today, both with singles, and then he flew out into right field back in the 4th, but 2 for 3. Pretty successful day for Cruz, and he'll look to continue his hot hitting so far, as the first pitch into Cruz is a breaking ball that hits the zone for strike 1. Corners are in, middle infield is back from double play depth. Outfield straight away. The 0-1 into Cruz is a ball that finds the zone. Not sure where. Could have been low inside corner, most likely. Home plate umpire Bryce McCullough asks Daniel Cruz to get back in the box. And Cruz will be ready for the 0-2 count here in the bottom of the 7th. The 0-2. Swung on a slow roller, and this one will go foul. Just foul. A half second longer, and the catcher Roundtree would have or could have had a play, but that ball was picked up in foul territory, and Daniel Cruz will have a new life.
I'm surprised he didn't wait to see if it would roll back fair, because Cruz wasn't running out of the batter's box. We would have had all the time in the world to let the ball roll, pick it up, and throw it on to first, but instead touched it in foul ground, and as you just said, Cruz gets a new life now.
Roundtree just a little excited as the 0-2 is swung on and found straight back, hits one of the poles instead of the netting, and the count remain at no balls and 2 strikes.
Remember 2 days ago during the day game when we were complaining how hot it was up here in the booth?
I remember. I remember those times.
Yeah, crazy how much can change in 2 days, huh?
Cooled off just a bit. 0-2, ground ball over to third, under the glove of the third baseman Runyon and into left field. taking a long and big turn at first with a single. His third single of the day is Daniel Cruz, and now the lineup turns over with Phil Glasser coming to the plate.
I mean, there's just hits coming all throughout the lineup for the Coppers, and this one now 15 on the night, as that's Cruz's third, as he gets his hands inside that ball on the inside part of the plate, pulls it down the line, too hard on the ground for the third baseman to reach the backhand. Would have been a tough play for Runyon, but it gets under the glove. And now there's 2 men on with just 1 out.
Now first walk allowed by Nick Noble was Scott Combs. Daniel Cruz reaches base with a single, and now Phil Glasser at the plate as he swung in and fouled one back for an 0-1 count. So Daniel Cruz battling back 0-2 and was able to punch one out into left field as a swing and a miss from Glasser. He's behind the count 0-2 now. Copperheads fans are here enjoying taking in the game, even though there's a little bit of a cold weather. And it was raining earlier on today. Appreciate the support as the 0-2 is check swing. Home plate umpire Bryce McCullough will say Phil Glasser went around, and that will be the second strikeout on the day for Nick Noble. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning with 2 runners on base.
Yeah, Glasser just overcommitted to that pitch as he knew it was low in the zone, but he started to swing too soon, couldn't keep the hands back, and crossed the plane. Easy call for the home plate umpire Bryce McCullough.
Nick Noble, first pitch into Thomas Cesaro, is in for a swinging strike. For Cesaro today at the plate, he's 1 for 4 with an RBI and a strikeout. Cesaro struck out looking back in the first, flew out to center field in the third as he swings and pops this one up towards the right side. First baseman making a feet-first slide was Griffin Merritt to retire the side here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So the Copperheads were able to get 2 men on with a walk and a single, but could not get them around. Didn't really matter here as they hold a 8-run lead, as we'll send it to the top of the 8th when we return right here on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area of Commerce logo and be sure to support the business that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of Uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yuengling are proud supporters of Copperheads baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato's your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-592-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
The Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home in a comfortable and safe...
I'm Zach Iverson. I'm from Michigan State University. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Top of the 8th inning, Eddie Rivero, then the top of the order for the Cincinnati Steam as the Southern Ohio Copperheads have a 9-1 lead as Braxton Kelly is on for his second inning of work. He gets Eddie Rivero swinging for strike number 1. Second pitch on the way as the 0-1 is taken for a ball, 1-1. For Braxton Kelly, he's only allowed 1 hit as he gets a swing and a miss from Rivero. Quickly ahead on the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes with nobody out here in the top of the 8th inning. Kelly working quick from the windup. He deals line drive out over and through the glove of a diving Phil Glasser at shorts. ball goes into left field as with a 1-2 single. And standing on first is Eddie Rivera. Phil Glasser laid out for that one, just past his Ivan glove.
I mean, we mentioned Daniel Cruz a bunch in this game making plays. We've seen Phil Glasser make some Jeter-like plays out there at shortstop so far this season. Unable to haul that one in, just past his outstretched glove on the backhanded dive. And it'll get into left field. But heck of an effort out there by Glasser.
Big effort as no count into Jeffrey Pena. Scoreboard is not reset yet as he's first pitch swinging. Thomas Azaro, the second baseman, moving back out into right center field territory. He's the only one that could have made the play, and he does. One-hand catch as he throws it into second base to Glasser. Ball's back out on the mound. One pitch, one out to Jeffrey Pena, and first out here in the top of the 8th inning. Grant Richardson now stands in from the left side. Richardson bats with a runner on first base as first pitch misses low and in for ball one. So far in the day for Grant Richardson, he popped up to second, struck out swinging, and grounded it out to second. Azaro has been his favorite target when the ball's been put in play as a swing and a miss from Richardson. Count is evened up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Braxton Kelly from the stretch. And he deals. Swing and a miss for strike number 2. Kelly has gotten ahead of the majority of batters he's seen. Just hasn't put anyone away yet. No strikeouts. So Braxton Kelly. The 1-2. Swung on and ground ball over towards short. Glasser to Azaro. Azaro, the relay throw, not in time. Fielder's choice from Grant Richardson. And now there are 2 outs, but still a runner on first for the Cincinnati Steam.
It would have been tough to get to there, as it was not a very hard hit ball over to Glasser, and Grant Richardson pretty quick out of the left-handed batter's box. He was digging it down the line. So they made it close, but just unable to get it. But you'll take the second out of the inning, up 8 runs.
First pitch into Braden Runyon is fouled off and into the dugout of the Steam. Again, there's no fence, there's no netting, there's no nothing in front of the dugout steps. It's very old-fashioned, you might say, as everyone has to be alert, whether you're in the game or you're not in the game. 0-1. Breaking ball misses high and away to Braden Runyon. Runyon on the day was hit by a pitch in the first, lined out to second in the fourth, and had a single back in the sixth as we're here in the top of the 8th inning with the Copperheads having a 9-1 lead. Swung on, ground ball through the hole on the left side. Going first to third would be Eddie Rivera. Or check that would have been Grant Richardson. Richardson gets there sliding. The throw from left field was not in time from Carter Cross, and now there are runners on the corners with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning.
Yeah, with Richardson going on the pitch, it helped them be able to get over to third there on the base hit. Nice piece of hitting there from Runyon. Just gets the pitch on the inner half, keeps his hands inside it, rips it into left field.
So after a relatively uneventful last inning for Braxton Kelly, he now has runners at the corners with 2 outs. First pitch was high to Griffin Merritt. Merritt coming in the game when Eddie Persinger slammed into the outfield wall as he watches a fastball ride high and in. 2 balls and no strikes with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning with the Copperheads with a 9-1 lead over the Cincinnati Steam. The 2-0 pitch. Griffin Merritt watches it go at his knees, but a little bit inside. 3 straight balls from Kelly into Merritt. The 3-0 taken right down the middle for a called strike. 3 balls and 1 strike now. Braden Runyon at first. Grant Richardson, he's at third. Only 1 run in for the Steam as the 3-1 hits the outside part of the plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. The runners will be in motion, and it will only be Braden Runyon as holding off at third will be Grant Richardson. The 3-2. Swung on and missed, strike three. Braxton Kelly picks up his first strikeout of the day and sit down the Cincinnati Steam in the top of the 8th inning. It's the Copperheads 9, the Steam 1. We're going to the bottom of the 8th as you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network presented by Ohio Health.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperheads baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial service needs. See us celebrating 14 years of service to the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Schneider, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.schneiderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the...
This is Jackson Mandela. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and this is your Copperhead Media Network.
Copperheads with the 8-run lead as we enter into the bottom of the 8th. However, they had a 6-run lead in yesterday's game, gave up 7 in the top of the 9th, as they'll look to close this one out from beginning to end. They have not trailed in this game, as Fabic, his first pitch swing, drives this one deep out into center field, ranging back onto the track at the wall, making the catch is Jeffrey Pena. Pena throwing it back in from the warning track. So Fabic gives it a ride, but it's a loud out in the bottom of the 8th with Chris Gambert, who does have a home run in today's game, coming to the plate.
Yeah, what got Fabic there is he hit it to the deepest part of the yard. It's 405 out there to dead center field. If he pulled it, might have had a chance to carry out of here, but hits it to the deepest part of the ballpark, and it's held in.
The most impressive thing about Fabic is the first pitch was for a ball to Chris Gambert. He picked up 3 hits today. He's 3 for 4 now with 2 RBIs and 1 walk as Gambert watches a fastball from Nick Noble go low, 2 balls and no strikes. So Fabic now has his batting average up at 441, and Chris Gambert is 2 for 4 today as he has a fastball hit the inside part of the plate, 2 balls and 1 strike. Gambert today 2 for 4, runs scored, 4 RBIs, batting .353 in the season. So he's really climbed all the way up to the top, and there's no signs of him slowing down as of yet. 3 balls and 1 strike is the count from Nick Noble to Chris Gambert as he watches one go low and inside, ball 4. And there's a 1-out walk in the bottom of the 8th inning. Second walk of the day issued from Nick Noble.
Well, NBA Finals action, the Warriors lead the Raptors 44-43. 5 minutes left in the second quarter.
Oh, without the lightning delay today, as Tanner Glass takes one low and inside, bounces in the turf. Could have been watching some NBA action as the Raptors look to get the title. The 1-0 is taken inside, almost hits Tanner Glass.
Then it would be Canada's first ever major sports title since 1993.
It's been a while. The 2-0 is swung on and missed by Glass, or could have been just foul tipped as it went right down. Other sports teams have been waiting longer than 1993 to get a title, but a whole country in the 4 major sports has not had one since '93. Fastball hits the outside corner for Tanner Glass. Evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I believe it was the it the Blue Jays in '93 that would have won the World Series?
2-2 is checked to swing, went around. Strike 3. So Tanner Glass goes down swinging. And we'd have to research that a little bit and find out which sports team could have had it. It could have definitely been the Blue Jays. I want to say
they
an
had Joe Carter in them, right?
Right. I would want to say an NHL team, though. I'm kind of surprised that nobody, the National Hockey League, has won a title.
It actually was the Blue Jays back in '93. Beat the Philadelphia Phillies in 6 games, 4-2. MVP was Paul Molitor.
Or you know. 2 outs here on the bottom of the 8th inning. 1-0 counts to Lucas Nasanti. And for Nasanti, 2 for 4 today as he swings and fouls one right back onto the wiring, holding up the netting here at Bob Wrenn Stadium.
Man, some of the players on that Blue Jays team that won that World Series, pretty notable. Roberto Alomar, Ricky Henderson, Paul Molitor, Jack Morris, all Hall of Famers.
There's a 1-1 as a breaking ball that drops into the zone, 1-2. Who was the MVP during that year for the World Series?
It was Paul Molitor.
Paul Molitor.
Yes.
So Canada looking for their title. There's a swing and a miss from Lucas Nasanti. Well, we're almost closer to getting to watch a little NBA action, but not before the Southern Ohio Copperheads look to close things out in the top of the 9th inning. It's the Copperheads 9, the Cincinnati Steam 1. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's, located off of Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood, Ohio Realty, will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Schneider, Fuller, and Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Schneider, Fuller, and Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give them a call at 594-8385.
Hi, I'm Cameron Siglitz from Western Kentucky University, and you're listening to Copperheads Media Network.
Top of the 9th inning. This is where the wheels fell off for the Copperheads in yesterday's game, but now they have a larger lead than they did yesterday. It's the Copperheads 9, Steam 1. Braxton Kelly looks to close things out here in his 3rd inning of work. This would qualify for a save for Braxton Kelly as the first pitch was fouled off by the batter, Alex Neff. It'll be Alex Neff, Jake Silverstein, and Cameron Roundtree. That pitch missed for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out, top of the 9th inning. The 1-1 is taken on the outside corner for a called strike. 1-2. Neff so far on the day is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts as he swings and misses. Strike 3. And now 2 outs remaining until the Copperheads have won their first series of the season.
And yeah, just the ball coming out of Braxton Kelly's hand just looks faster than anybody else's that we see on this staff this year. Just seems to looks like he's working in the lower 90s, as most guys top at about 88, 89 on the Copperheads roster this year, but Kelly can bring it a little bit.
Silverstein, first pitch swing right into the glove of Daniel Cruz. 1 pitch, 2 outs here in the top of the 9th inning. Cruz does it again.
Daniel Cruz just looking like he could be a fixture at the hot corner for the rest of the season, as he's been making plays all over the place today and ever since he joined the team this past weekend. It's an exciting kid to watch out there.
Well, Cruz debuted at short, as now first pitch swinging is Cameron Roundtree. There is 2 outs here on the top of the 9th inning. Copperheads looking to secure their first series victory of the season and go into the Hamilton Joes on a high note. The 0-1 curveball misses low and away for ball 1. Count is even at 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs here on the top of the 9th inning. As Kelly's 1-1 is swung on and missed, or swung on and fouled straight back And now the count is at 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Kelly looking to pick up his 3rd strikeout on the day, his 3rd inning of relief. From the windup, the 1-2. Swung on, bouncing ball over towards short. Phil Glasser has it. The throw right on the mark, and the ball game is over. The Southern Ohio Copperheads pick up a 9-1 victory here at Bob Wrenn Stadium and win their first series over the Cincinnati Steam, taking 2 out of 3. It was a devastating loss yesterday, but the Copperheads put that on the back burners and got the win here today.
Yeah, that's exactly the response you want to see after you blow a 6-run lead in the 9th inning in the game just a day ago. But to be able to put that behind them, come out and just dominate the game here today, much like they did most of the game yesterday besides that 9th inning. But they were able to, the bullpen was able to hold strong today. And, man, what a starting performance it was by Worsing.
Well, it was a complete pitching performance for the Southern Ohio Copperheads as Sam Worsing went 6 innings, only allowing 3 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts. Almost had 2 full hands right there if you count on your fingers. Braxton Kelly comes into the game, gets a 3-inning save. He does get the save in today's game. He allowed 3 hits, totaled up 2 strikeouts. Just shut the door on the Cincinnati Steam. We'll have Coach Austin Dunphy, who I'm sure will be in a better mood today. He was in a good mood after the game yesterday. Always a pleasure to talk with him after the game, but I'm sure he'll be even happier today, as we'll have the post-game coverage for you right after this. It's the Southern Ohio Copperheads 9, the Cincinnati Steam 1. Sam Worsing with the win, Braxton Kelly with the save. For Joey Madure, I'm Connor Mills, signing off. See you in the postgame. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Here with Coach Austin Dunphy after the Copperheads pick up their first series win on the year, taking 2 of 3 from the Cincinnati Steam with a 9-1 victory here tonight. Coach, we just talked about a couple of moments ago. Same situation last night, but you guys were able to pull it out tonight, and the bullpen was able to, take you through the back half of the game.
Right. That's a little bit of what we talked about yesterday. We were in the same scenario yesterday, 8-1, 8-2, dominating the game for the most part, and then the wheels kind of fell off for us in the 9th. So what I told them is, like, hey, we got to flush this, but learn from it also. So yesterday we used as a learning experience while coming in today with an intent to win a series, and we were fortunate enough that Sam gave us a good outing, 6 innings and 9 strikeouts, unbelievable by him. So just the fact that they bounced back that way and responded the way they did is awesome.
Yeah, talk about the bats. You're getting hits all up and down the lineup these past couple of games, scoring 8 runs yesterday, 9 tonight. So seems like that's starting to come together a little bit.
Yeah, the hits have been there the last 4 games, I think. We had 2 games in a row with 7 or more, and then, 13 yesterday, I think, and 15 today. Man, you get 27 hits in 2 days, you should win both games. So the offense is finally coming around. Which is kind of the deal. with teams early on, the pitching's always a little bit ahead of the hitting, because hitting is the hardest thing in all of sports. So it takes a little while for those guys to get adjusted, and they've been doing a great job this past week.
And talk about Chris's homer. I mean, kind of been waiting all season, it seems like, for Chris to kind of hit one over the wall. I mean, he had 16 homers back in the spring. So how good was it to see that?
Oh, man, it was huge. As soon as he put that swing on it, you knew it was going out. Just hoping it stayed inside the fair foul pole, and it did. He put a great swing on it. He's been putting good swings on the ball last few games that he's been in there. He struggled a little bit early. I think he was just in his own way a little bit, getting a little bit frustrated that he wasn't having the success that he was having in college. So it was a little bit of an adjustment for him, but I think he finally got that first one out of the way and ready to roll the rest of the summer. So, man, excellent job by Chris Gambert today.
So just talk about how good your starting pitching staff has been so far. You guys have like the second lowest team ERA in the league right now. It's pretty crazy.
It's shocking.
They're taking you deep in the ball games and, holding guys to less than 3 runs. So just talk about how much that's meant to the team early on.
The fact that we have the second lowest ERA in the league is astonishing. I've said it seems like every post-game interview. We only have 9 total pitchers, and one of the guys that we have is dealing with a bicep thing. So the fact that they're able to do that is almost mind-blowing. They're holding this team together. They're the seams to our success right now, and it's impressive to watch those guys work. And it kind of has me in awe sometimes that, like, hey, we got 2 guys that are available to throw today. We have to get this many out of our starter. We have to get this many out of our mid-relief guy, and then hopefully we can bridge that gap and get a guy to close it out for us. And, man, they've been doing everything I've asked plus some. So outstanding by those guys, and our offense too, all the way around. We've got a good ball club. Now it's just put the pieces together. Hopefully, add a little bit of pitching to make that situation easier on our arms, because it's going to get tough down the stretch when we start playing into July. So we're going to need a little bit of help, but those guys are holding us together right now.
All right, so hopefully you start stringing those wins together a little bit. Coach, thank you for joining us on the postgame show. When we come back, Connor Mills will have Don Iman player of the game, Chris Gambert, on the post-game show, so stay tuned.
Welcome back into the post-game show. The Dan Iman player of the game, Chris Gambert, second time. First off, congratulations.
Thank you.
Second, I know the wind was blowing out to right field today, but it didn't appear like you needed it at all. You know, the 3-run homer, take us through the at-bats. You killed it.
Yeah. Well, my first 2 at-bats, he had thrown me off fastballs. The first one I beat in the ground, and the second one I lined out to right. So I was really just kind of worried about not being late again, even though I was and hit it to right field. But I hit it pretty good. I hit it pretty solid. The wind definitely helped it. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. The wind definitely helped push it out. But I hit it, and I knew I hit it pretty well. I was thinking I was more worried about it staying fair more than anything. So I was just kind of looking at it, make sure it stayed fair. Then, all of a sudden the right fielder stopped and went over the fence, and I was like, oh, wasn't kind of expecting that. So it was kind of nice to watch it actually fly out of the park. But definitely wind helped it. So
yeah, you've really been on a tear over these last couple games. Batting average was below 300. It was around 260 something for a little while, and then it explodes here today. It's up around 350. I know you don't probably pay attention to all the numbers, but what has changed in your approach here over the last couple days, if anything?
Yeah, I don't like to kind of look at my stats a whole lot. I think it's just kind of not really my kind of problem to look at. But over the past couple of days, I don't know. I was off to kind of slow start. It was a slow transition to wood, and I don't know. I just kind of try to strip everything down and kind of start having fun again. Kind of just enjoying everything and stop taking everything so serious, which is probably my biggest problem. But still taking it serious, but just having fun up there, and not overthinking everything. And all of a sudden I started hitting the ball a little better, then just kind of rolling with it. So nothing really changed a whole lot besides just me, kind of getting used to getting the swing of things, because I took a couple weeks off before I saw live pitching, so it was kind of weird for me, and playing with new people, the team dynamic's kind of different. But yeah, just trying to see the ball a lot better, just trying to see it and hit, and try to find a barrel somewhere. Good things happen.
And talking about your team right now, Sam Worson going 6 innings, getting the 9 strikeouts. How big was he today in this game, especially since what happened yesterday?
Yeah, no, it was huge. And honestly, I think I robbed the player of the game from him, because he definitely deserved it. I mean, he shoved today. He was really good today, especially after his first outing. He kind of got hit around a little bit, but today it looked like he had command of everything, which was good. Kind of got us dominating again like we should have, because, like you said last night, it was kind of a collapse at the end. So it helps. It always helps offense when you look up and your pitcher's throwing up zeros and then he's striking guys out. It gives you confidence that all you got to do is put a couple runs up and you're going to win. So I mean, he really set the tone, and I'd say that's probably a good reason why were able to start putting runs, is because he was on the mound just striking guys out left and right, and he had a good feel. So I mean, that's your real player of the game right there. He kept us in the game for a while.
Yeah, Sam Worson going 6 innings. Got 9 strikeouts, only 1 walk, only allowing 3 hits. Braxton Kelly comes in, shuts the door. The Southern Ohio Copperheads pick up their first series win of the season. They win here today over the Cincinnati Steam by a score of 9-1. The Dan Iman player of the game, Chris Gambert. Awesome job out there today. Appreciate your time on here. And for Joey Medora, Austin Dunphy, Chris Gambert, I'm Connor Mills signing off. We'll see you tomorrow from the Hamilton Joes, as the Copperheads will open up a 3-game weekend series with them. We'll see you later. Thanks for joining us.